People's Counsel to the convener of Revolutionary Movement, Omoyele Sowore, has alleged that the federal government offered the activist a death warrant deal while in custody of the Department of State Services (DSS). Falana disclosed that the Nigerian government reached out for the deal during Showore's first 45 days in detention. Falana stated that the DSS also reached out to him so as to convince Sowore when they could not persuade the presidential candidate of AAC to take the deal he was offered, adding that the intelligence agency filed charges against Sowore when they could not convince him to take the deal. Sowore and his co-defendant Olawale Bakare were accused of treasonable felony, cyber stalking, and money laundering. And the Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP, has published a video showing the execution of 2 soldiers and a police officer. In the video, the insurgents recorded how the killing was carried out by masked men believed to be members of ISWAP. Those who were killed were reportedly abducted at a fake checkpoint in Beni Shekin, a village 70 kilometers west of Maiduguri, Borno State capital. It is not clear how many people were abducted, but the video only showed 3 tortured security personnel with their hands tied behind them. Last week, ISWAP had in a statement claimed that it abducted 14 prisoners on the same road, 6 of which were soldiers, 2 staff of the Red Cross, and 6 others. And on the foreign scene, South Sudan's parliamentary speaker Anthony Lino Makana has resigned after lawmakers threatened to impeach him for blocking efforts to fight corruption and mismanagement. Makana was accused by fellow MPs of failing to present Auditor General and anti-corruption reports to Parliament and blocking lawmakers from summoning ministers for questioning. He also was accused of approving a loan of $400 million from Afrexim Bank without bringing it first to the House, as recommended by law, in a motion tabled by lawmakers who demanded he resigns. The embattled South Sudan Speaker Anthony Makana stated that the reason for tendering his resignation is an act of deep and sincere respect to the leadership of the ruling SPLM party. AFP reports that corruption is rampant in South Sudan, which achieved independence in 2011 and plunged into civil war 2 years later. And from sports, the World Anti-Doping Agency has banned Russia from global sporting events, including the 2020 Tokyo Olympics and the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics, after accusing Moscow of falsifying data from an anti-doping laboratory. Spokesman of the agency, James Fitzgerald, while speaking at a meeting of the body's executive committee in Lausanne, said the full list of recommendations have been unanimously accepted. He added that WADA's executive committee approved unanimously to assert a non-compliance on the Russian anti-doping agency for a period of 4 years. AP reports that the ruling means Russian athletes will still be allowed to compete at the Tokyo Olympics as neutrals, but only if they can demonstrate that they were not part of what World Anti-Doping Agency believes was a state-sponsored system of doping. The independent McLaren report, released in 2016, revealed the significant extent of state-sponsored doping in Russia, notably between 2011 to 2015. And that's it on the news update for the hour. Thank you very much for your time, and stay tuned. Sports comes up next.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Sunshine or rain, through every terrain.
Everywhere I turn, it's football, football. There's your fairy tale.
So why not join in the action, intrigues, excitement, and fun?
Just doesn't get better than this.
Many stars have continued to shine with every ace, every race, every break, and every other sports there is.
Incredible stuff.
On Today Sports Live, reaching you from your premium news, talk and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
That sounds like so much fun.
Weekdays after the news at 3. It's interactive, it's engaging, and don't forget, your voice is priority.
You know, there are a few areas that define a man, like sports.
I think we can live with that.
Hello, my name is Kanwanko aka Papilo. For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
A very good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Today Sports Live, reaching you from the studios of your premium news talk and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. It is the Monday edition of Today Sports Live, and my name is Dr. Skoki, your anchor on the show this afternoon. And joining me in the studios to do justice to the stories are the guys here with me. We have Emeka Dena joining us also in the show today. Good afternoon to you, Emeka.
Good afternoon, the pretty sports diva. Always a pleasure to be here. Good afternoon to our fans out there. What a weekend we had in the world of sports. Joshua reclaiming his titles in the MPFL. It was literally on fire, with the likes of Israel Abia and Ndifek FM hugging the headlines with lots of goals, I tell you.
We also do have Victor Oria. He joined us on the show today. Good afternoon to you, Victor.
Good afternoon, Dorcas. Good afternoon to everyone listening. I said it is going to be revenge, reclamation, and redemption, and that it was for Anthony Joshua. That was on Saturday, but of course, it's great to be here.
Definitely not forgetting the Superman in sports, Wisdom Obina.
Good afternoon, Dorcas. Good afternoon to the guys in the building. I tell you, it was what you say, redemption too, for the struggling sides, the struggling athletes and boxers now. Anthony Joshua, Heartland FC, Manchester United.
Aqua United.
They all found ways, I tell you.
Aqua United.
It's good to be here, Dorcas.
But on the menu today, we have Anthony Joshua. He's once again the champion and is now set to face either Alexander Usyk or Kubrat Pulev, even as Wilder believes Joshua did not do enough. And we'll be reviewing the MPFL Match Day 7 games that played out yesterday, and also in the Confederation Cup, where it was a mixed result for Nigerians, 2 representatives, with Eyimba getting their first win, while Rangers could not hold their own in Egypt. In Europe, Kelechi Iheanacho once again continues to find the back of the net, even as Manchester United shocks defending champions Manchester City in the NPFL. The show is packaged
in the EPL.
In the EPL. The NPFL is beginning to sound interesting. The show is packaged to be interactive, so we encourage you to be part of it by hitting us on any of our interactive platform. But I just noticed that the WhatsApp portal is down, so you are most likely to call us, or you can either tweet at us at Today FM 951 or at SportsDivo4, or you can tweet at Victor. Okay, your handle is not available right now. Wisdom, your handle?
Wisdom_OB.
That is how you can reach us, and we'll reach all your sweet life on the show this afternoon.
My name is Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. For the best of sports, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
All right, let's get the show started from boxing, where Anthony Joshua is back on top, recovering the WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight titles back following Saturday's decisive decision win over Andrew Jr. in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The 30-year-old Joshua had plenty to say about his performance, but said he kept it simple en route to a genius performance. Let's hear from Anthony Joshua.
I can knock people out when I want to, and I can box when I want to. So tonight was just about winning and trusting my process. I know maybe I could have done more at times, but sometimes simplicity is genius. And that was the motto, is keep it simple because it's going to lead to a genius performance. So it was outclassing the current champion.
Meanwhile, Deontay Wilder has slammed Anthony Joshua for his tactics during the point win over Andrew Jr. and has reiterated his belief that he is the best heavyweight boxer in the world. The Briton has already been lined up to take on Alexander Usyk or Kubrat Pulev next year, with Joshua confirming to Sky Sports that his next fight will take place in March, after which he would unify the division by facing Wilder or fellow Briton Tyson Fury. Quoting Wilder now, he said basically he had Klitschko in the camp and he was a lot like Klitschko. That jab, grab, hold method, that's all he did tonight, Wilder said. He went on to say, you want to dominate, guys. Maybe I'm just too rough, too hardcore, and too much of a dream for this time and era. Maybe the world wants this Mr. Nice fighters. My mentality is so different from the other fighters. Wilder has assured spectators that he will prove to the world that he is a superior fighter to Joshua the next time he steps in the ring, and has suggested he will show much more than Joshua did against Andy Rui Jr. Emeka, what actually was Deontay Wilder? What actually did Deontay Wilder expect from Joshua last night? Saturday night.
Yeah, he wanted AJ to put up a show like himself did against Luis Ortiz the last time he fought. He wanted him to do it the same way he did against Dominic Breazeale. Remember, both fighters, fought against Dominic Breazeale. Joshua did beat Breazeale in the 7th round, but it took Deontay Wilder only the 1st round to destroy, his fellow American right there. No two boxers are the same.
Exactly.
Styles make fights, and each fighter come with his own style. Yeah. For Anthony Joshua, he has shown us virtually every kind of style. On Saturday night, it was a very tactical Joshua, going for the jabs and hitting when he needed to, and of course it was all about keeping it simple and eventually winning. And he did that the other on Saturday night. We have also seen him in the past go brutal, knock out opponents very easily in the 1st round, like he did against Charles Martin when he claimed the IBF title. And of course, we saw that brutal encounter himself and Vladimir Klitschko had a couple of years ago. So he has shown us virtually everything. But come on, Wilder was looking for a knockout, victory for either of the men, as it were. Like we saw Abdul Ruiz Jr. Do against Joshua. Wanted a revenge in that manner, so to say, knock him out, knock him for dead and what have you, and brutalize him and all that. But come on, you can't get. There are no two Deontay Wilders in this world. Exactly. Everybody cannot box like him. Not even Tyson Fury boxes like him. Tyson Fury is a more technical fighter. Unlike a Wilder who goes out there, throws those punches, and God bless you.
Or just waiting for that particular one to come.
The other boxers are not naturally like that. The heavyweight fighters who have in this era, they are not like that. So Wilder should just do his thing and allow Joshua to also do his thing. Hopefully one day they will come face to face, and we'll see who is better. It's all about styles.
Joshua said he's ready to take it on anybody. So, and he said he wants to unify those belts.
It's easier said than done. This is not the first time we're talking about Joshua Wilder fighter. Wilder should first of all take out Tyson Fury early next year before we even begin to consider that Joshua on his part has got a mandatory defense of his title, either Oleksandr Usyk or Kubrat Pulev. But come on, let's wait first. We had it for several months. It dragged on and on and on, and nothing happened. Wilder even his camp agreed to offer $50 million to the Anthony Joshua camp. Somehow they refused, and surprisingly, it didn't take Wilder 1 month to make that fight with Tyson Fury, the first one on the 1st of December last year. So I don't know. And when we get there, we'll know who is ready and who is running away from who. But for now, Joshua should savor his victory. Wilder should just keep quiet and face Tyson Fury.
All right, Victor. Oleksandr Usyk or Kubrat Pulev, who would be a stronger challenger to Joshua?
Difficult to say, but then I'm looking at both boxers, and I think I'll class them in the same rank. They look like similar boxers. You want to say their style and the name. Oleksandr Usyk seemed like a flash in the pan some few years back, but then if I were to pick one of the two, I would say Oleksandr Usyk could probably cause more of a scare to Anthony Joshua than Pulev will, because I've seen Usyk fight sometimes, and he has some glimmer. He knows the sports. He could be technical sometimes, and also tactical as well. But then against an Anthony Joshua, well, it's too early to start making predictions. But for both guys, I think Oleksandr Usyk stands a better chance of if posing a threat to dethrone Anthony Joshua.
But it's looking more likely that Kubrat Pulev would be the first person Anthony Joshua will be fighting. That is according to what Hedy N came out to say.
We don't want to see that fight. Kubrat Pulev is old.
IBF is...
It's like bringing Joshua to fight Vladimir Klitschko or even Alexander Povetkin. We know both men troubled him, but come on, that's not the fight the world wants to see.
The IBF thinks he should be the right man.
He better relinquish that title rather than fight Kubrat Pulev.
He's thinking of defying all the bets, and you're telling him to let go of one.
No, don't worry. He will have a way of getting it back when it matters most. At some point, what's his name? Saul Canelo Alvarez relinquished one of his titles. He was supposed to fight against Triple G. Then he relinquished the title. But later, he still fought Triple G and got the titles. You understand? So at some point, you have to let some things go be. For now, I don't think that's the kind of fight he wants. If he wants to make a name for himself, in the division, if he relinquishes one of the titles, he still has 3 or 2, depending on how you want to categorize those titles. Because one of them is actually insignificant, as it were. So at the end of the day, he should be going for the big fights. Look at the kind of fights Deontay Wilder is going for recently. Tyson Fury, Dominic Breazeale, Luis Ortiz rematch. Now another rematch with Tyson Fury. He gets that done. Then he has to be Joshua, who has the belt right now. Otherwise, it won't sell. We want to see those blockbuster bouts. That's what brings money. That's what brings the pay-per-view. That's how you make your name as a great fighter. Talk about Tyson. You remember what he did, with the likes of Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis. Not how he beat up Charles Dempsey or maybe a certain David Robinson or what have you. No, so those big fights, give you that pedigree. It makes you as a boxer. Those big fights, if you win them, look at Floyd Mayweather Jr. If he hadn't fought Manny Pacquiao, we will say, man, he didn't fight Pacquiao. He's nobody, so to say. But he made that fight happen, and it became what the term fight of the century, with the biggest prize money in boxing history. So those big fights define boxers. If you want to make your name in the division, so you should go for those big fights instead of fighting a certain Kubrat Pulev. Who is he?
Wisdom. The president congratulated Joshua. Was Joshua actually representing Nigeria?
Well, they say success has many friends, and that was just an example. He carries Nigeria in his heart, anyhow you want to, any angle you want to look at it from. Even before that bout on Saturday, they had to play a traditional Fela song on the background when he was coming in. So I think maybe that's where the president might be coming from. But I would want to say, when he lost, did he also commensurate with him to say, okay, sorry for losing, and all that. But now he has won, everybody won. So I think it's normal. We like associating with success.
But Superman, let's not make any mistake about it. Joshua has the Nigerian parentage.
Exactly.
Even though he's fighting out of the United
And if
Kingdom,
he was to have the both passports, it's possible he would have gotten he would have the both passports.
Exactly.
Now. Both Nigerian and
one
Nigerian
of his names
passports.
is Oluwafemi.
Yes.
No British wears Oluwafemi by birth.
Not just one, but those names are Yoruba.
So he has Nigerian parentage. In fact, the other time, remember when Solomon Dalong was in office, they sent a delegation. The federal government sent a delegation to be present at his fight. I don't know whether that happened on Saturday, but come on.
We heard that they sent some persons to go. Yes, to the level, and some other persons were there.
So this is our own, even though the British poached him. He could have been fighting out of Nigeria, because at some point we also had rumors that he came to fight with box for Nigeria. Somehow he was denied participation in the team and all that. Unconfirmed reports then.
That was no big enough.
Alright, with that we head straight to the NPFL, where Israel Abia was the standout player of the week as he netted all 4 goals in Sunshine Stars 4-2 win over bottom place Nasarawa United in Akure. Meanwhile, league leaders Plateau United suffered their first defeat in the league this season after going down to a 1-0 defeat against Heartland at the Okigwe Stadium yesterday, courtesy of Chibundu Ama's effort 17 minutes from time. The Jaws outfit, however, maintained top spot in the table with 14 points from 7 games, despite the loss, as Wiki Tourists missed the chance to secure top spot following a 2-0 loss to FC Fanyoba in Inewi, with Tochuku, Aniwe Ago and Ikenna Kopa on target for the home team. Elsewhere, Kano Pillars picked their second win of the campaign, thrashing Delta for 6-1 at the Sani Abacha Stadium. At the Akwa Ibom International Stadium, Uyo Indifreke Efyong netted a hat-trick as the Promise Keepers registered their first win of the season, courtesy of a 4-0 thrashing of Adamawa United. And games played in the NPFL, we told you earlier that Kano Pillars defeated Delta for 6-1. Heartland also defeated Plateau United 1-0, their first loss of the season. FC Fanyoba defeated Wiki Tourists 2-0. Warri Wolves and Lobby Stars shared the spoils in the barren draw. Abia Warriors and Aqua Saleh played out a 1-1 draw. Kasina United, who has the highest rate of penalties in the NPFL this season, they defeated MFMFC also 3 penalty, 1-0. Aqua United, their first win of the season, they defeated Adamawa United 4-0, while Sunshine Stars defeated Nasarawa United 4-2. It make a great result. Which was your pick of the bunch?
Amazing. Honestly, you have to be spoiled for choice in terms of picking the.
A lot happened. 23 goals in just how many?
In just 8 matches. Look at the one in New York. Aqua United they hadn't won a game until yesterday, and they won in emphatic fashion 4-0 against a struggling side, they want to say, but come on, they also played Nasarawa United at some point in that same stadium.
Yeah,
They couldn't even win. They managed a 1-0 draw. So brilliant one there in the Frek on the Olympic Eagle Star with the hat-trick in that encounter. On a day that another player shone like a million stars, Israel Abia with all 4 goals for Sunshine Stars. Amazing performance from the man right there in Akure. Come on, but I think it has to be Canopilas. Reserve it for Canopilas. They scored 6 goals against Delta Force. Let's not forget, Delta Force had won an away match, the other time, not quite long, beating Nasarawa United, right?
Yeah.
On the road. Was it Nasarawa United?
Delta Force.
Delta Force. Yeah, they were supposed to be taken over by
Nasarawa
United.
1-0.
Yeah, exactly.
But
they won
it's
on
also
the
a
road.
struggling side.
No doubt about that. I told you about the fact that Nasarawa United even got a draw in Uyo against Akwa United at some point.
They did.
So it's not like they are too bad, so to say. But come on, Kano Pillars 6-1. How often do you see that kind of scoreline in the MPFL? We talked about Israel Abia scoring all 4 goals. We've also seen Edward here in Port Harcourt.
Yeah, that was like a while ago.
All 6 goals.
Yeah.
That was in 2014. For Dolphins against Nembe City. Nembe City will tell you that they arrived the stadium on match day and all that. But come on, Edward also has the record of scoring 6 goals in one match. I think Christian Piagbar also scored 4 goals for Sharks. The form Sharks right now when they beat Sunshine Stars also here in Port Harcourt. So he didn't do something no player has done before, but it's commendable what he did yesterday. Massive performance from Israel Abia and his team, Sunshine Stars. I think they actually came from behind in that encounter to win 4 goals to 2.
They did.
Great one from them. And I mean, the MPFL, if it continues like this, I tell you, we will win so many fans back.
The only team yet to win a game in the MPFL has to be Nasarawa United because they've not won any games so
2
far.
points from 7 matches.
I wonder what is going on with Nasarawa United. But Victor,
from the look of if we arrange ourselves, Today FM team can beat them. And just 2 weeks training, we can hold our own against them.
Yeah, they should show us love. We'll go and perform very well. But Victor, how did Plateau United fall to Heartland FC?
Well, it was a disappointing game. I mean, you look at every other game, look at USP, we were hearing goals coming in across different centers, but then the star fixture seemed to be void of all of that. Very disappointing, you want to say, until Chibundu rather, was able to get the goal for Heartland FC. But I mean, they were playing away from home. They're talking about Plateau United. Fine, they are table toppers. They are still on top of the table because Wiki Tourists were able to capitalize on the fact that they lost. But then it's expected. It's the MPFL. It's football. Anything can happen. Heartland FC were definitely the better side, and of course they got the goal. We also read that they got a goal earlier.
Yeah, there was a offside. No, not offside, for an infringement on Dele Ajiboye, the goalkeeper, on the way to the goal, as it were. But come on, the good one there for Heartland FC. You have to give it to them. Stopping high-flying Plateau United. Let's not forget, have won 2 away matches before yesterday.
Yes,
and have won 2 away matches.
And Heartland FC themselves, they were actually in the relegation zone. But of course, with that win, I think they got to the 13th position.
Even Canublas are out of the relegation zone. Back-to-back win. They're out of the relegation zone.
So it's a good one for Fidelis Electrical side.
Wisdom. Canopilas, can we say they are now back? Where did they go to before? And is this why they brought in? They brought back Rabi Rally to help the team?
I think sometimes you just need one motivation. Maybe just one man who knows the thick and thin of Nigerian football to get the result. I talk about experience when it comes to the MPFA. You need it at times because we go to these terrains and you need someone who has done it before, who has seen it all. So I might not say that's the only reason for their success, but I think it's really, really key. He was even part of the score sheet. So for Kano Pillars, I think they are back. You might not just conclude that they are going to usurp Plateau United. But I think they are back. I mean, to get into scoring goals, to winning matches. So which
getting results. They even drew with
I tell you, they did. In the first game.
In the first game that he played,
Ali,
when he came back from the suspension, they drew in just against Plateau United. At the time, Plateau United were like on fire.
It tells you
that there's a lot about the man. Yes,
he's the captain of the side. He's a huge
he's been
inspiration
there for a very
long time. You understand? So that kind of player comes with a whole lot of experience, inspiration to other players.
Exactly.
So many people look
so
up
they
to
wanted
him.
to just help Kano Pillars with him.
I don't know about that.
Okay, but quickly, because Akwa United recorded an emphatic 4-0 win over Adamawa United. Does this save John Nobu's job?
Definitely. You can't sack a coach who just won a match 4-0 at home. And all he needs to do now is to consolidate on that result. Be more consistent. They haven't been doing well. Hitherto. At some point, the fans even attacked him. As a result of their anger following the poor results of the team. But with the kind of result they recorded yesterday, in fact, for the first time, he came out to address the media.
And he apologized for missing all those rounds.
Exactly. He hasn't been coming out to address the media because by the time the match ends, he's looking for his way out of the stadium because the fans are chasing him and all that. So yesterday they won convincingly, and his job is safe for now. All he needs to do is to get more brilliant results here and there, away from home, come back home, win again. Nobody will be talking about firing John Obu. We'll be talking about Aqua United even challenging for that. It's still early. With the win yesterday, they're also out of the relegation zone.
Yeah, they are.
Heartland won yesterday, they're out of relegation zone. The other teams who also got impressive wins are out. So and that's what can happen to you at this stage of the season. Just 7 matches. Some teams have even played only 5 matches. The likes of Rangers and Enyimba. They still have 2 outstanding matches. So it's still early days. So if you gather your points early enough now, you can shoot up on the table and begin to look for a comfortable position as the league progresses.
But look, I'm just talking a little bit about Aqua United. You want to say Mfonudo is still asleep.
Missing in action.
I tell you, missing. And that's something that I've always loved about.
But who cares when the Fresh FM is doing the business?
That's even the Fresh FM finds a way to always fill in the boot, and that's the important thing when you you don't put all your hopes on just one man. So when that one man doesn't deliver, then your entire team is found wanting. In the Fresh FM, he did it at the same. He did it last season at some point in time. Mfonudo stopped getting the goals, and then the Fresh FM simply stepped up and was getting the goals for them. And yesterday we heard that he was missing quite a lot of chances, while his Infrek Effiong on the other hand was taking the chances and he got the hat-trick. So hopefully Mfonudo wakes up from whatever slumber.
But give it to him. He scored on match day 1 away from home against Warriors. They drew 1-1 in that encounter. But come on, ever since he's been struggling to get the goals. Not just him. It's a general team something because they're very poor.
Okay, but before we go on, the LMC has rescheduled the MPFM match day 7 fixture between Enyimba and Rivers United for Thursday, December 12th. Venue is the Enyimba International Stadium.
Bring it on.
And with that, let's go pay some bills. Then we'll come back. I'll get more thought from the guys.
It's the time of the year. Come, let's chill together. Pop Chivita, make we jolly. All over Naija, anywhere you day. Share Chivita with your family and friends. Enjoy this Christmas. Let's celebrate with Chivita. Ooh, yeah.
Juice up the season with Chivita.
There are a few areas that define a man, like sports.
I think we can live with that.
And with that, we head straight to the Confederation Cup, where Enyimba defeated FC San Pedro 1-0 to secure their first win in the CAF Confederation Cup at the Aba Township Stadium on Sunday. Substitute Martin Nsule scored Enyimba's only goal in the 64th minute, firing into the bottom corner. After both sides played a goalless first half, Coach Usman Abdallah made a double substitution in the 50th minute, bringing in Nsule for Samson Obi and Nwala Anayo for Stanley Dingba. The move paid off as Nsule scored 14 minutes later. The win comes after Enyimba lost their first Group D match against Hassania Agadia. Elsewhere, Enugu Rangers lost their second group game in the CAF Confederation Cup away to Al Masry on Sunday. The Vision side defeated Rangers 4-2. Al Masry went ahead in the 5th minute through Nigerian forward Austin Amuto, who was set off by Muftak Takta. Ahmed Yassa doubled the home side's lead in the 27th minute before Tak made it 3-0, 3 minutes after the break. Hassan Ali put the game beyond doubt, making it 4-0 in the 83rd minute. Efforts by Rangers to fight back with 2 late goals in the 86th and 90th minutes through Ezekwe Chinonso and Saudu Simpore's own goal, respectively, were not enough as the game ended 4-2. And let's serve you some results of games played in the CAF Confederation Cup, where in Group A, Pyramids FC defeated Nodibu 6-0. Al Masry defeated Enugu Rangers 4-2. That's in Group A. And in Group B, Urea AC defeated Al Nasser 3-0. Joliba defeated Bidvest Wheat 1-0. And in Group C, ESAE lost at home to Mutembe Pembe 2-0. Zanaco and Resonance de Bakani played out a 1-1 draw, while in Group D, Paradu AC lost at home to Asania Gadia, while Eyimba defeated San Pedro 1-0. Good result for Eyimba. How would you rate that performance?
It wasn't the best performance. We had the visitors even had better opportunities to even seal the game in the first 45 minutes. Somehow their wastefulness in front of goal denied them the opportunity to go in front. Eventually ended 1-0 in favor of Eyimba. Martin Susule, the super sub, came on to score the crucial goal that handed Eyimba all 3 points. And what matters most at this stage is the points. Eyimba got the points. The performance might not be the best. The number of goals might not also be what they wanted. But come on, as it stands right now, Eyimba are second on the table. That's because in the other fixture, Hassani Agadia went away from home and beat AC Paradu of Algeria 2-0. So meaning Eyimba are now second with 3 points. So everything to play for. Yes, they are back to reckoning. At some point, they were bottom of the group after match they won, if you recall. But now they've shot up to second position, and if they're able to get it right against the team from Algeria, who are not looking impressive at all. Yes, they got a draw in Côte d'Ivoire against San Pedro in the opening day, but losing at home to Hassania, you want to think Eyimba will fancy their chances towards the end of this year when that match day 3 fixture will take place. But having said that, Eyimba did not really impress. But come on, stuff of champions, you might not necessarily impress, but grinding out the result when it matters most is what they did, and I think I'm okay with that for now.
Wisdom, Rangers, once again, they lost. Do they still have a chance making it out of this group?
I think it's
because somebody somewhere is having a chance. He's very optimistic.
No, he's very slim. If not,
Christian Chuk is very optimistic that they have plenty of games left for them to garner the results.
But from what we have seen so far,
I'm telling you, and look at the teams that they are facing in that group. Look at the pyramid side. When the seedings and the group this thing was made, I thought Al Masry would be the biggest problems they would have in that group. But now Pyramids have given me food for thought too.
Okay.
I mean, they've gathered 6 points in the first 2 games, both home and away. Same with Al Masry too. So I think for me, it's not looking like an easy road now for Rangers. But who says they can't do it? Mathematically, they still have a chance. But with what we've seen, you could not hold your own here in Nigeria. You went over to Egypt. Even if it's to block the post and get 1 point from the game, you couldn't also do that. How do you manage against outside them Nouadhibou? There's no that team.
That's the way the team from
but can they even beat this whipping team?
They should be able to
wait
do that.
to wait to see how
wins home and away over the Nouadhibou side from them
6 points.
might not take them anywhere exactly because they will still go to Pyramids.
Pyramids already have 6 points.
Hassani
come here.
No, there's no guarantee that Rangers will be able to win any of those games
or
from
even
what they
get
have
any
done
point.
So I'm thinking that the 2 Egyptian teams will go through to the next round. So it might just be end of the road, early exit for Rangers in the competition. But come on, this is football. You never
anything can happen.
But if I'm a betting man, I will bet against Rangers qualifying from the group, and I'm sure I will smile to the bank.
All right, that's the maker talking. I'm Victor. A Nigerian player scored against Rangers. Our poor performances on the continent, could it be blamed at the inability of teams retaining their talented players?
Not particularly, but of course you want to say that could be one of the factors contributing to the performance that we have. But then it's a general problem. Even with if you look at some teams, this is not the first time that we are not doing so well in the continent. Last season was the same thing with Lobby Stars and Enugu Rangers at the CAF Confederations Cup. They didn't perform really well. They both were knocked out at the group stages as well. And Lobby Stars at that point in time, they had some players who played in the previous season. So it's not a factor of retaining some players, although that might be one of the reasons. It's just that when you look at both teams, you want to say we're not good enough. First of all, we used to blame it on the fact that the league had not commenced during the playoffs, but now the league has commenced, so we can't even use that as an excuse any longer. But then it just seems like our football is not professional or developed enough to contest with some other countries, some other African countries. You look
especially the North Africans. They are head and shoulders above
no good area
So
when it comes to North Africans.
I don't remember saying it in the studio yesterday that I don't see any miracle for Enugu Rangers. It's not a factor of them. Even if they had retained all the players that have played for the last 10 years, I think Al Masry would have still defeated them, or the best would have gotten is probably a point from that particular game. It's not a factor of them retaining players, it's just the fact of our league isn't good enough, or our football isn't structured enough to contest with some other African countries.
No, Lucas, another thing is this: we can't even keep our best players because we can't pay them as much as they will be paid when they go to these North African teams. And they will get their monies as at when due most times. Unlike here, where they will go 6 months, 5 months, go to the streets, protest and all that, call media houses and ask them to hype their case so that the governor will hear and pay them and all that. No, so we don't have what it takes to even keep our best players. 1-2 seasons, the player shines here. The next thing you hear is that he's on his way to Zamalek, go to Sudan, Libya, and what have you. You understand? And that is the case. Austin Amutu, by 6-7 years ago, was playing with Warri in Warri before they even got relegated. One time called up to the under-23 team and all that. Even he has played outside Africa as well. Not just in Al Masry. He has played outside Africa as well. So, but come on, we don't have what it takes to keep these guys here. No, there's no two ways about it. We are Junior Locosa today.
And I feel
we are talking about
a major problem.
If you ask me in the league, they're not Africa. Okoto is in Tunisia. What's his name? Locosa is also in Tunisia.
It's a major problem. It's a major problem. I tell you. You score. You're the top scorer, or you're among the top two. You carry your credentials to one club in Egypt or somewhere. So I think for me, it's a problem. Look at Imba. The Imba we talk about today is the quality in the team. Why Imba they always go to the continent and they give us a quality representation is because of the fact that they retain most of their best legs and even add more. If you're not good enough, they send you out at the end of the season and bring in new people to even replace you that are better from the league. So I think for me it's a huge problem. Stevie Node scored, was wonderful, doing brilliantly or playing brilliantly for MFM. He moved on to Europe immediately. So I think for me, if we had the ability or maybe we had the capacity to keep our best legs, then some of the results we are seeing, I think it would have probably been better, than you score. Look at the Indifrek Effion now. Just watch. Let us just get done with this. If he continues with this performance, he's going to just carry his credentials. That's what I call it. Go to Europe or somewhere.
Mfondo has no business playing in the MPFL today because while he was with Enyimba, he was on the verge of sealing a move with Ismaili. Paperwork and what have you denied that move. He was supposed to be playing in Egypt with Ismaili. The team Enyimba won in the 2003 CAF Champions League final. These are our best legs. We don't have what it takes to keep them. Tomorrow he will still go. And we'll keep bringing new players who will also leave us, and move to.
It's more like the MPFL, the football academy.
Do you also think we don't have enough? We don't do enough to keep our best legs in the league to make our leagues quite good? It's time for us to hear your thoughts. You can reach us on 0817 0000951 and 0810951091. You can reach us on WhatsApp, but you can tweet at us at TodayFM951 or at SportsDivo4 or at Wisdom_OB. Let's get your thoughts on the show this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Today's Sports Live.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon to you. Keep it short and simple.
Good afternoon. Thank you to everyone out there. This is no photocopy from Rumibo.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Okay, concerning our club not doing well in the continent, I honestly think that it's not selling our. It's a challenge. The two challenge is our coaches. With due respect to them, tactical enough. For example, a certain Salzburg came to Liverpool that is a European champion and deal with Liverpool. It takes the grace of God to win that team. A team that has, I don't know, their first 11 is not up to Liverpool.
Okay, so your point is our coaches are not just good enough?
Yes, secondly, yes, we play the ball in the nobody watches the ball. When we go to North Africa, we get intimidated.
Okay. Thank you so much. No photocopy. Keep it short and simple. While you call us, we lost your call. You can reach us on 0810951091. Wisdom?
I think that's a very, very good point from No Photocopy. You play where you don't see people, the fans and the boos, and you go to places where you're not used to the boos, and you not get to see these things, and it might actually affect the psychology of the players.
Hello, good afternoon. Today's Sports Live.
I bring you wonderful greetings from Orazi.
Good afternoon to you, Obina.
The happy one.
My name is Obina Fidelis.
Ilechuku.
The happy one.
Let me congratulate Emeka, Victoria, and Obina for talking perfectly well about the millionaires. They should expect to be millionaires before their next birthday.
Amen.
What nobody has done. This is a team that the whole Nigerian league has entered conference to see who will try to stop them from going unbeaten. But the millionaires said we are by the side to do what nobody has done.
Obina.
God bless the Niger millionaires.
Thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon. Today's Sports Line.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Emeka. Coach Arsenal, calling from Africa.
Welcome to the show, Coach Arsenal.
Let me first of all congratulate you that for winning that match. The match was not the way I wanted it to be.
Okay.
Given all the sacrifice you made to do in Aba yesterday, and we saw the match, Enyimba was not creating chances. The pattern of play is not showing the character that Enyimba possesses.
Okay.
I think the coach needed to reinforce the midfield.
All right.
Making sure that Enyimba takes more chances. We need to go beyond this place.
Okay.
Because for Rangers, I think they are out of this competition.
Okay.
The problem Rangers have is convenience. I don't think they can meet up the standard of the cup champions.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. And with that, let's head to other matters making a round in the world of sports. Kelechi Iheanacho scored one and assisted another as Leicester established a 6-point advantage over Manchester City after Pep Guardiola's side were beaten by Manchester United on Saturday. The Red Devils stunned Manchester City with a devastating first half display as they won 2-1 at the Etihad to leave the champions 14 points behind Liverpool. Full results of game played over the weekend. Everton defeated Chelsea 3-1. AFC Bournemouth lost at home to Liverpool 3-0. Tottenham Hotspur demolished Burnley 5-0. Watford and Crystal Palace shared the spoils in a barren draw. Manchester United, we told you earlier, lost at the Etihad Stadium to Manchester United 2-1. Aston Villa at home lost to Leicester, high-flying Leicester City 4-1. Newcastle United came from behind to defeat Southampton 2-1. Norwich City also lost at home to Sheffield United 2-2, who came from behind to eventually win that one. While Brighton and Hove Albion and Wolverhampton Wanderers, they shared the spoils in a 2-2 draw. And tonight we'll see another London derby when West Ham United will play host to Arsenal. Wisdom, great form so far. Is this finally the season, the return of Kelechi Iheanacho?
I think it might be. The Kelechi Iheanacho of Man City and the Kelechi Iheanacho of the Under-17 World Cup. The other part of the Kelechi is the one that we need to understand for some time. But I tell you, it all boils down to confidence. I saw that game and I was just praying within me, even when he was given a yellow card after he made the first assist.
Yeah.
You could see, even his teammates were asking him, is everything? He said he didn't do anything because, that was not, for me, that was not a yellow card. So I think for me, it might just be the beginning of the return of Kelechi Iheanacho. He's just 23 years of age. There's still a lot for him to play. We hear rumors that he might be moving to Besiktas if he continues with the poor run of form. So I think the man might have taken this challenge and taken it as a strong challenge and has decided to wake up to the occasion or brace up to the occasion. So if he continues like this, it's now 4 goals in 4 games, for Leicester City. If he continues with this performance, I tell you, he might just be putting people like Jose Perez on the bench.
Victor, are we now saying Manchester United are gradually picking up their season, or they have a very good form against the big sides? What do you make of their performance against Manchester City?
They played better, and that's the truth. The better team won. Pep Guardiola, it looks like most teams have found a way to unlock Pep Guardiola's tactics. What he did last season, he would not be, obviously he can't replicate it this season. Quite a lot of teams have understood, okay, this is if you want to beat Guardiola, this is what you've got to do. And he's working very well for them. For Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United, I can't say they are back on form, but then you want to say, if wisdom can say because of 2 games, Iheanacho is back. Maybe you want to also do the same thing.
It might be.
Maybe you want to say the same thing for Manchester. Manchester United, they defeated Tottenham Hotspur, and now they've come to defeat the champions Manchester City. So okay, maybe they're back, but then when they play against the big teams, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer finds a way to wake up. And the United that I saw on Saturday, it was a beautiful United. The battle between Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Raheem Sterling was the highlight of the match for me. Wan-Bissaka was it was a torment, a thorn on the flesh of Raheem Sterling. I'm very sure Sterling will be wondering, what do I have to do again? But then that particular match was almost shaded by racist comments from Manchester City fans. The same Raheem Sterling is there, and he has been talking. He has been the pioneer of anti-racism, stopping racism, and then Manchester City fans themselves were being racist towards.
He came out to say something,
throwing bananas and throwing objects into the pitch.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. But then a good one for Manchester United and for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Don't rope him Sterling with their fancies, what they have, whatever racism they have to
Man
do.
City now.
It's in Man City, but the thing is, he came out to say more measures should be taken. He said any fans that are found doing this,
I saw the fans.
Points.
I was wondering. Really, I saw there was a particular fan.
Yes.
The camera
So why is that 41-year-old man? I mean, we carried it in the news this morning. Has been arrested to that effect. So it could be the fan you're talking about. They have a way of fishing them out over there,
And he was in the front.
He was in the front. There was a steward just in front. I was like, just send this guy
he
out.
He said that he still was looking back to see who he was.
The steward was looking, and I was like, just send him out. It was obvious. This man was in front.
All right, with that, we'll go to the La Liga, where Villarreal and Atletico Madrid shared the spoils in the Barron draw. Real Madrid defeated Espanyol 2-0. Granada defeated Deportivo Alaves 3-0. Levante lost at home to Valencia 4-2. Barcelona defeated Mallorca 5-2. And Lionel Messi scoring a hat-trick in that particular one. Defeated Eibar 1-0. Real Betis defeated Athletic Bilbao 3-2. Real Valladolid and Real Sociedad shared the spoils in the goalless draw. Leganés and Celta Vigo, that one was heated. There was 5 goals in that particular encounter, but Leganés eventually defeated Celta Vigo 3-2, and Osasuna played out a 1-0 draw with Sevilla. Emeka, Lionel Messi can't stop scoring. Is he already on course for another Ballon d'Or in 2020?
Well, it's still early days. But the thing is, any other goal that he scores for Barcelona is a record.
Yes,
he keeps extending his own record. He's the club's all-time highest scorer. He's La Liga's all-time highest scorer. He's now 35th La Liga hat-trick, one more than former rival Cristiano Ronaldo. And I don't know what there's to say. I mean, there's only so much you can say about Messi. He was celebrating his 6th Ballon d'Or on the day. Came with his family on the field to present to the camp fans and capped that with a hat trick, going with the match ball at the end of the day. I mean, what better way can you celebrate such a memorable feat? Amazing performance from the young man right there. But Docas, just before you go to the next question, now we have our own here. Let's not forget, there's the Today FM Under 20 Soccer Fiesta. Somehow, I would say Wisdom missed it from the bulletin. But come on, the competition starts on Wednesday. As a matter of fact, the teams have more or less returned their forms. And of course, by Wednesday, the competition starts. We'll be throwing more light on it, doing an extensive, preview from tomorrow. We all know the competition is about giving back to the youth and giving them a platform to showcase their talent. 16 teams have registered already. The draws have been made. I'm sure you guys did talk about it when it was made here, but come on, it's almost around the corner, 48 hours from now on Wednesday. The maiden edition of the Today FM Under 20 Soccer Fiesta will get underway, and we can't wait.
Let's squad the next Lionel Messi.
For the national team.
Let's say maybe the next Okocha. Next one, Okano. See, we are still looking for culture in Nigeria.
We are still looking.
We are still looking for the next culture in Nigeria. Tomorrow they will tell us it's a very chance. Or Rabi Ibrahim, or Christian Obodo, Ramon Aziz, different Jojo cultures, and we are still looking for one. Maybe we'll go and bring back Jojo culture himself if we can't find any.
All right, let's go serve you some games played in the Serie A, where Inter Milan and Roma played out a goalless draw. Atalanta defeated Verona 3-2. Udinese shared the spoils with Napoli 1-1 draw, while Lazio defeated Juventus 3-1. Lecce and Genoa played out a 2-2 draw. Torino defeated Fiorentina 2-1. Spal lost at home to Brescia 1-0. South Sudan Cagliari played out a 2-2 draw. Sampdoria also lost at home to Parma 1-2, while AC Milan defeated Bologna 3-2. Victor, Juventus losing all 3 points. Is it a problem of quality or tactics or coach matter?
Coach, it's the problem of the coach. No, really. I've been watching Juventus play this season, and you want to say they have been nothing like the Juventus under Massimiliano Allegri. Really a shadow of themselves. Even Cristiano Ronaldo is struggling in that side. A lot of persons are now coming out to say Ronaldo is old. I don't think so. I think the way he's being played and the method with which the coach is using him is not favorable for him. He got the first goal, and eventually Lazio found a way to bounce back and scored 3 more goals. Szczesny
scored more.
I tell you, Szczesny was the hero for Juventus. It could have been more. It could have been like 5-1 if not for Szczesny. He was fantastic for Juventus. But just to say, Doc, real quick, I was watching Barcelona play over the weekend and I got really emotional. It was just pure class. It was brilliant from Barcelona. Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez scored what I call the best goal of his entire career.
He said so himself.
A back heel finish, sweet. And then even in the English Premier League, Son Heung-min
Tottenham just finished the whole weekend.
Son Heung-min
with
did
beautiful
something.
goals.
I'm telling you, a solo run in 12 seconds, he ran 80 yards,
And somebody was saying the
finished
goal
it
of the
brilliantly.
week. Goal of the season.
He could pass for goal of the season. In fact, he's a contender for goal of the season.
Even Luis Suarez goal is a contender for goal of the
season. The Saudi Arabia player in the 1994 World Cup, Saïd Ouairan, the brilliant run from his own half and took away virtually all the players of Belgium and on his way to goal. Diego Maradona scored something similar to for Argentina at the 1986 World Cup, the hand of God. Goal. That was hand of God, but of course it did go on that solo run as well. I mean, Son was brilliant. 2 days ago. Come on, we had a wonderful weekend of football. Brilliant goals here and there, even in the MPFL.
In the Spanish La Liga, Eintracht Frankfurt played out a 2-1 draw with Hertha Berlin. Borussia Dortmund demolished Fortuna Düsseldorf 5-0. Borussia Mönchengladbach defeated AFC Bournemouth. They defeated Bayern Munich 2-1. Augsburg defeated Mainz 0-5, 2-1. RB Leipzig defeated Hoffenheim 3-1. Freiburg defeated Wolfsburg 1-0. Bayer Leverkusen defeated Schalke 0-4, 2-1. Union Berlin defeated FC Cologne 2-0, while Werder Bremen lost at home to SC Paderborn 0-7, 1-0. And in the Ligue 1, Lille defeated Brest 1-0. Lyon away from home defeated Nimes 4-0. Paris Saint-Germain away from home defeated Montpellier 3-1. Monaco defeated Amiens 3-0. Rennes played out 2-1 win over on J. Nice defeated Mainz 4-1. Strasbourg defeated Toulouse 4-2. Reims defeated Saint Etienne 3-1. Dijon lost away from home to Nantes 1-0, while Bordeaux lost away from home to Marseille 3-1. Let's look at the German Bundesliga, where Bayern Munich once again they lost. Is there a problem with Bayern Munich this season so far?
I think there's a not you want to say yes and no. The problem with Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, once you think that they are going to go all the way to clean the title, and they just seem to falter, and that's what it has been for Bayern Munich and also Borussia Dortmund. But also the no part of it is that other teams in the Bundesliga are simply stepping up and they are proving to be threats, and that's exactly what it was over the weekend. We are seeing it's not even Bayern Munich on top of the table, it's not Dortmund on top of the table, and it might just be that way. I think for how many years we've not seen a different winner from Bayern or Dortmund. It will be exciting to see maybe RB Leipzig clinching the title this season.
Wisdom, quickly, can we not say Mönchengladbach are favourites to win the title this season quickly?
No, not yet. Maybe let's see if they maintain it till February. But for now, Bayern Munich can still come back. And Borussia Dortmund are just stood on the table.
Let's hope to see that once again. It's time for us to hear once again from you. The phone lines for you to reach us on at 0817 00951 and 0810-951-0951. You can keep your thought. We talked about the La Liga, we talked about the Spanish, the Serie A, and a host of other things we've talked about in the show. Hello, good afternoon. Today's Spotlight.
Hello, Star Girl. Well done.
Good afternoon to you, Lawson. Thank you.
Yes, I agree with sport. Seriously, doctor, sometimes in this business, it is good for people to be objective. Yesterday, some people tried to sit down on Manchester United. Solid performance.
Okay.
That's performance, so at least I like people to be objective rather than say if they were busy looking for some loopholes to exploit and water down on our success.
Okay.
But that will not happen. And again, Anthony Joshua, I don't know, but I feel that fight, he was fighting like an amateur. I'm not impressed.
Okay.
I'm not impressed at all. Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for keeping it short and simple. Hello, good afternoon. Today's Spotlight.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Prince, calling from Abuluma. I greet everybody in the studio there.
Good afternoon.
So go on.
I beg you people, before now, I watched JJ Okocha on the went for testimonial match, Yubu.
Yubu's testimonial game. Yeah.
I just watched it in YouTube before your program started. I went to ask
the coach to take him off to take him off.
To change it.
Mm.
It's very, very interesting. JJ Okocha No. For the world, I'm not talking of Nigeria. It's for the whole world. I never. No.
Okay.
No, nothing like that.
All right.
Discover him.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll discover somebody else like Ojijo Okocha. I pray
In
we
the
do.
Today FM tournament.
I pray we do. All right, keep your calls coming through. We lost that particular one. Get your thought to us, and we will hear you on air.
Doctors, just to say, tonight it's going to be Arsenal up against West Ham United. Let's hope that Arsenal will find a way with the new interim manager, Freddie Newberg.
We hear Niko Kovac is somewhere around.
Yeah, he wants the job so badly. Hello, good afternoon. Today's Sports Live.
Hello, good afternoon, Doctors. Let me remind you something. You see the other 20 things that you were talking about.
Yes.
The number you gave on the radio. I tried to call that out. Since they told me that they gave that number. It's like this are other 20 things. From the guys like, okay, I would also have a same here. But I try all my effort. Even I say that number, I'm not happy about it.
Okay.
I'm surprised to hear that they saw it taking place.
Okay.
Because the people who want everything that live there.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. The number is always available. That was how some persons came to register.
Yeah, it's always
so probably if you couldn't get, maybe probably network or something, or they would have to exactly. Hello, good afternoon. Today's Sports Live.
Yes, hello, good afternoon. This is Marshall.
Good afternoon to you, Marshall.
Yes, I want to congratulate Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
You see, before the fight against Andrew Jr., most people didn't give him a chance.
Okay.
And now he has won, and you are telling me that you don't really like the way he won the match?
Brother, whether you fight like an amateur, the major thing is the result. Get the belt.
The man won the match.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
And he has proved that as wrong.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, prediction, West Ham, Arsenal.
1-1.
1-1 for Victor.
I might also stick out my neck, but let me just to a different direction. I think West Ham might get one over Arsenal tonight.
Okay, let's just take this one for the road. Keep it short and simple as you can. Hello, good afternoon. Today's Sports Live.
Good afternoon, Jude talking.
Welcome to the show, Jude. Keep it very short and very simple.
Yes, I want to congratulate my darling Atlant.
Okay.
For defeating
Plateau United.
Plateau United.
Okay.
I'm so much happy for them.
All right. Thank you so much, Jude. I'm sorry we can't take all of your calls. I am Dr. Skoke, the sports diva. I did the show with Emeka Dena, Victor Oriahi, and Wisdom Obina. By 7:30 tomorrow morning, Sports Attack will be reaching you, and 3 p.m. after the news updates, we'll be giving you Today Sports Live, the Nigerian football edition. And with that, we say goodbye to you and have a lovely day ahead.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon, and here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Ifeemi Andrew. The Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism has postponed the presentation of a proposed Integrity Award to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo over his silence in the travails of Omoyele Sowore. The centre said the postponement was decided on to align with protests against the repression of freedom of speech in recent times, especially the incident between the Department of State Security and journalists. And Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) has given all the 36 state governors in Nigeria 7 days to disclose the payments made to all ex-governors from 1999 to 2019. The group also urged governors to provide names and numbers of governors who are still receiving such pensions. The advocacy group therefore called on state governments to repeal pension laws. And the Lagos State House of Assembly has said it would not stop the payment of the jumbo pension and other benefits enjoyed by former governors and deputy governors in the state, despite a court order suspending same. Chairman of the House Committee on Information and Strategy, Tunde Braimon, told newsmen in Lagos that the State Assembly would not repeal the law as it does not contravene any federal law. Braimon said the Supreme Court had made it clear several times that no arm of government can repeal the constitutional provisions of another arm of government. He said the State Assembly was empowered to make laws for the state, adding that until another legislature comes to alter, review, or amend the law is meant to be obeyed. The Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos, had directed that the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, review the pension laws of various states in a suit filed by advocacy group SERAP. An apex sociocultural group in Nigeria's southeast, Ohaneze Ndigbo, has cautioned Nigerians abroad to exercise some restraints in their attacks on Nigerian officials despite their anger over the state of affairs in the land. Spokesman of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chuks Ibegbu, in an interview with newsmen in Aba, Abia State, asked the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, to see the purported attacks on him as part of the sacrifice for nation building. Ibegbu advised those in power to address the needs of the people to avoid such ugly incidents, just as he warns those threatening to destroy Igbo properties in the Niger Delta to desist from such, as even Amechi admitted the attack was by unknown Nigerians. It would interest you to know that a group under the aegis of Concerned Youths of Niger Delta had given a 7-day ultimatum to indigenous people of Biafra IPOP to apologize to the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, over the recent attack on him in Madrid, Spain, by members of IPOP. And the Nigerian Army has explained that it is important for civilians not to make or receive telephone calls while approaching the checkpoint for security reasons. Chief of Civil Military Affairs of the Nigerian Defense Headquarters, Major General Usman Mohammed, said this while speaking on live television. Major General Mohammed said not allowing telephone calls near a security checkpoint is a standard procedure all over the world because of the intention of criminals.
When you are approaching the checkpoints, military checkpoints, and you are making a call, that you quickly have to end the call. You see, generally, it's one of the measures, security measures, when you are approaching the checkpoint, that you don't make phone calls, because the tendency is that if you are making the phone call, you might be communicating with some bad guys, or you may use that particular device to set up some certain devices. So that is a general convention. It's not peculiar to just Nigeria alone. It's everywhere. So, and people who have traveled know that, or they're outside the country and they have come across a military checkpoint, or checkpoints generally, you don't make phone calls.
On the moves by the federal government to encourage made in Nigeria products, Director General of the Defense Industries Corporation of the Nigerian Army, Major General Victor Ezeugo, disclosed that President Muhammadu Buhari has given approval for the construction of a manufacturing plant where all uniforms of the Nigerian Armed Forces will be made.
All these things are geared towards making sure that Defense Industry Corporation rises up to its mandate to ensure that we feed the armed forces and security agencies of all that they require to execute their mandate. And let me just also give a cheering news to our colleagues out there that Mr. President has performed the groundbreaking of the Daikon Sur Garment Factory. This garment factory will be constructed in the next 10 months from January. And the idea is that Daikon and our partners from Turkey will be producing all the uniforms required by the armed forces and all the security agencies. And this is another milestone so that non-lethal equipment and services will also be provided by Daikon. So as we are producing things to fight the war, we're also looking at things that will make logistics a little bit easy for armed forces and security agencies to execute their task.
And now the Islamic State of West African province, ISWAP, has published a video showing the execution of 2 soldiers and a police officer. In the video, the insurgents recorded how the killing was carried out by masked men believed to be members of ISWAP. Those who were killed were reportedly abducted at a fake checkpoint in Benishek, a village 70 kilometers west of Maiduguri, Borno state capital. It is not clear how many people were abducted, but the video only showed 3 tortured security personnel with their hands tied behind them. Last week, ISWAP had in a statement claimed that it abducted 14 prisoners on the same road, 6 of which were soldiers, 2 staff of the Red Cross, and 6 others. And on the foreign scene, Finland's Social Democrats have elected a 34-year-old former transport minister to the post of prime minister, making her the youngest head of government in the country's history. Sanna Marin narrowly won Saturday's vote to replace outgoing leader Antti Rinne, who resigned after losing the confidence of the coalition partner Centre Party over its handling of a postal strike. At 34, Marin also becomes one of the world's youngest state leaders, ahead of Ukraine's Prime Minister Oleksiy Honcharuk, who is currently 35. Parliament is expected to formally swear in the new Prime Minister this week. And that's it on the news update. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye for now.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Still your premium talk radio station, Today 95.1 FM. The news update at 1. The federal government is making plans towards the recovery of... Oh, they call my line again now. Hello?
Hello? What is happening? I've not been getting that desired result on my advert placed on radio.
You said you wanted a good place to showcase your products now.
Yes. Someone told me about Today 95.1 FM and I said I should call.
Okay. Just come to Today 95.1 FM. I beg, they read news now. Thanks.
On my way.
Sorry for that break. Still on the news, Governor of...
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Season's Bonanza. We wish to share in the good cheer of the season by offering amazing discounts on advert campaign on our signal, your premium talk, news and sports station. From the 5th of December to the 31st.
For every 3 slots you pay for, you get 2 free.
So hurry now and enjoy this best rates ever. Season's Bonanza. We wish to share in the good cheer of the season by offering amazing discounts on advert campaign on our signal, your premium talk, news and sports station. From the 5th of December to the 31st.
For every 3 slots you pay for, you get 2 free.
So hurry now and enjoy this best rates ever.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
All stands, greet.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English? Yes, sir. Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your paper. Them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Sins of this people, many, so many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. Multiply. The answer you get now waiting, they make poor man they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man they mess and leaders they lie. The answer you get now waiting, they make young boys and girls join party gang. Answer you get now waiting, they make innocent man rot inside the jail. and then agree to grant a bail. Oh, everybody, oh yeah, join Jamba Jantis, make we solve mathematics. We did about our continent, so you both say about mass, we go use take solve mathematics. So follow Jamba Jantis. So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
oh, for objectivity.
Be objective, gentlemen, ladies.
D for democracy.
No matter how bad it is, never military.
Now M for modification
of our behavior, let's stand to the same behalf.
A, accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take them easy.
S for solidarity.
United we stand, divided, oh my shell.
We enter new millennium. Nigerians like 120 million. One population of 6 billion.
6 billion.
Divide that 1 by 120 million all together. Oh yeah.
All together.
The answer you get now waiting they make people they jar. Come on for Niger. Answer you get now waiting they make people want travel. By hook or by crook. The answer you get now waiting they make people they sleep for embassy for visa. Answer you get now waiting they make people they sell them property for ticket. Get it. Then the travel see. Get it. Oh, hey. Everybody, oh yeah,
join Jamba Jantis, we solve mathematics.
We did about our continent, so you both say about mass, we go use take
solve mathematics. So follow Jamba Jantis.
So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
oh, for objectivity.
Be objective, gentlemen, ladies.
Be for democracy.
No matter how bad it is, never military.
M for modification
of our behavior, let's stand to the same behalf.
A, accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take them easy.
S for solidarity. United we stand and divided.
Oh my shell.
You just the HS city.
Shut it down.
And there's the VG city.
Shut it down.
Right go level for AJ city.
AJ city.
Richmond corner be VG city.
VG city.
You try add AJ and VG city all together. Oh yeah,
all together.
The answer you get now waiting they make Richmond oppress and then suppress. The answer you get now waiting they make poor man depress. But then aggress. The answer you get now waiting they make poor man they try to keep up with the Joneses. Answer you get now waiting they make poor man begin. They try to prove a limit. Get it. Never get money then they finish. Get it. Oh, hey, everybody, oh yeah,
join Jamba Jantis, we solve mathematics.
We did about our continent, so
you both say about mass,
we go use take
solve mathematics. So follow Jamba Jantis.
So ya carry by
situation in this nation, disposition, our condition, unexplainable pain in our hearts, not to mention brothers killing brothers, full of patience, salvation, resolutions are made, but always made with lack of vision. Imperfection is the order as we keep seeking solutions. Only God can solve this mathematical equation.
Thanks for your contribution. Now, any more questions?
It all begins with breaking news.
Now, make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play, undercurrents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore.
As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody. Yeah!
The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt. Every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio and be served.
Black up down. Some were tying a scarf, some were with mask. They shot 2 persons instantly, but they carried 4. Along that, they shot them at the bridge side because they stopped at the bridge, were shooting rapidly. They threw them in the river.
All right, that was a tidbit of what happened in Echie over the weekend. 18 minutes past 4 is what the time is now, and you are welcome to another edition of the platform on the radio here on your premium talk station, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. My name is Ifeimi Andrew, and I will be giving you insight into some news reports making the rounds. The platform is a program where we come to slice up trending issues with correspondent reports on the side. We have our correspondents out there sourcing reports from the field. We take their reports on this program and get them to give us more information. Perhaps you get to hear what is not entirely in the news. For the menu today, Wale Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism suspends award to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo over his silence to Showery's travails. Really? Is that reason enough to suspend an award? Well, we'll find out. But also, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike joins anti-corruption campaign. Yes, it was to mark the anti-corruption day. And the EFCC and some civil society organizations were also part of it. We'll get more details as well. Also on the menu, apprehension grips residents of Echie over killing of 4 men by a suspected local vigilante group. Are they now empowered to kill? Even if the people are guilty or are criminals, shouldn't they be handing them over to the police? How soon before vigilante groups get out of hand? Find out more. But let's move on first to what is currently trending. It's a portal that has been created to allow Nigerians to have the opportunity to monitor how monies that come into government coffers are being spent. This follows the launch of the Open Treasury portal by the federal government. Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Waziri Adio, in a statement, all the ministries, departments, and agencies are mandated to publish on a daily basis reports of payments in excess of 5 million naira and over monthly budget performance and sundry other financial dealings, official financial dealings. Adio said the publications must be in line with the International Public Sector Accounting Standards. Okay. Great idea. Beautiful. If only it's going to be, we're going to have our leaders being honest. This could go 2 ways. Yes, one of the ways it's, yes, it is beautiful, and it's going to give us the opportunity to know what the government is doing. It's going to give us the opportunity to ask questions. Of course, it might be even difficult to ask questions, but we'll see where monies are going to. And then if they say they buy, they bought this, and we're not saying it, we can ask questions, right? So from that angle, fantastic. Second angle is, like you always know, there's always 2 sides to a coin, is could this be another tool to, put Nigerians at ease, whereas we're not seeing the reality online? Because the first question would be, who controls this portal? Who is in charge of the portal? If the government still is in charge of the portal and the government is the one spending the money, aren't we going to get anything the government puts in the portal as what they spent as what it is? That's also another angle to look at. So it's both ways. It might only be perfect if we see sincerity at work and really see people get punished in cases where these figures do not match. But I guess we'd have to give it time to find out, shouldn't we? He also stated, that's Adio speaking, that all the reports are to be published within stipulated deadlines on this portal. Now, the portal is www.opentreasury.gov.ng, which can be accessed by all Nigerians. I was saying no Nigerians can access it. That's just a joke on the side. The Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Waziri Adio, also said the Accountant General of the Federation will also publish on a daily basis inflows and outflows into the Treasury. Inflows and outflows. So let's tell you that President Muhammadu Buhari, who was represented on the occasion by the Minister of State for Niger Delta, Senator Omotayo Olaso-Adura, said that all those doing business with government should know that henceforth all payments they receive will be made public. Okay, that's good. How laudable is this innovation by the federal government, and is it going to be sustainable? Like you said, I just painted two sides of the coin for you with this particular idea, because you are quite aware that this would help us to a large extent. But you're also aware that there's been a lot of agitation over, we want to see how the monies are spent. But now, the fact that the person with the knife is the same person with the yam, how sure are we that what we see on those portals would be what it is? Also another question altogether. Well, let's get your views on this. Let's see what side of the coin you're looking at it from and how you feel about this portal and the fact that it's going to give us access to, to government activities with regards to monies being spent, monies coming in, and what these monies are being used for. 0817000951 and 0810951091. Those are the numbers for you to call if you want to be part of the conversation this evening. So while we wait on that one, there's also another report here concerning the governor of Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike. He has told the EFCC that the government and people of Rivers State are ready to support the fight against corruption. The governor was saying this when he joined the EFCC, civil society organizations, and other anti-corruption organizations for an anti-corruption walk in Port Harcourt to mark the 2019 edition of the Anti-Corruption Day. I still have my own reservations about how we only come out of this sensitization on days that are set aside to celebrate them. After those days, it's over. We don't see any march again or any walk or any talk about anti-corruption and the need not to have a corrupt style of leadership or system of operation. That's also worrisome. But it's good that at least we decided to come out to mark the day, and the governor had to be a part of it, which made it even more interesting. The governor then cautioned that the EFCC must ensure its actions are done within the ambits of the law, as the Rivers State government would not support any action outside the law. Of course, no government would want to support an action that's outside the law. But the question is, have we had actions outside the law? And if the answer is yes, has anybody been punished by the law for taking actions outside the law? I'll leave you to answer that one. The governor also noted that the EFCC was a creation of the law and derives its authority from the law. So fighting corruption outside the ambits of the law in itself is corruption. Meanwhile, ICPC has also commemorated the World Anti-Corruption Day with a street sensitization across major roads in Port Harcourt. Takes us back to what I said earlier. It's only on days like this we see this level of sensitization. Nothing else happens on other days. After today, we might not see this sort of sensitization happen again by the ICPC either. The chairman of the ICPC, Professor Bolaji Owasanoye, described corruption as an abuse of an entrusted position for personal benefit or the exploitation of a system for securing an unmerited advantage. That's very true, but I think it even goes beyond this, goes way beyond this. Corruption should be deeper than that. I think if we have a clear-cut definition and try to really state what corruption is in our own terms, looking at our own lifestyle and our own system, it might go a long way to help us even better tackling the problem. Owasanoye was represented by the Commissioner of ICPC in Rivers State, Alexander Chukura, who said collaboration with other anti-graft agencies, NGOs, and the general public will help the fight against corruption, especially among public office holders.
Let me use this occasion to remind you that the ICPC is vested with the responsibility to receive and investigate reports of corruption and to recruit offenders when necessary. To study and review corruption-proof procedures and systems in government establishments with view to eliminating and minimizing corruption, and to educate and mobilize the public against corruption. ICPC is determined to make anti-corruption crusade affect governance and well-being of the sovereignty of Nigeria. It is therefore my strong belief that this commemoration will provide a platform for the exchange of robust ideas that will aid in enhancing the fight against corruption. There is no doubt that the fight against corruption can succeed if fought at all levels, and when Nigerians succeed to pay lip service to the fight against corruption, change their corrupt ways of life, and effectively embrace integrity, transparency, and accountability as a way of life.
On the spot, State Coordinator of the National Orientation Agency, Young Ayotamino, thanked civil society groups, government agencies, and all who was part of the event for coming out to sensitize the general public on the danger of corruption.
That corruption will fight back at us, that fighting corruption is not going to be easy, and it's not going to be an easy road. And today we are seeing the reality. I'm saying it is a reality because we can see the high-profile convictions that we have had in very recent times. The last that we had was that of last week, and that is the third one. You know, the trend in this country is for people to rule with impunity, for people to rule with corruption, and then scale up their activities, hide their activities by going straight into some of the national institutions like the National Assembly, seek representation there, and then go and hide there. But all that is no longer the case.
Okay, so our correspondent reports that the walk started from the EFCC headquarters in the OGRA part of Port Harcourt and then went through the Marwan flyover to the Rumuwoji market. The 9th of December every year is the day set aside by United Nations to mark the International Anti-Corruption Day. What do you think about the governor's participation in the event today? Priye Zogo, our correspondent, is live with us here in the studio. He will be giving us more info on this. Priya, how are you doing? Good evening.
Yeah, I'm good. Good evening.
So yes, the governor being a part of this, was it planned? Did he come in as a surprise, or was he part of the procession to the headquarters, or started from the headquarters? How did it all go?
Yeah, it went well. The governor actually started. It was more like a collaboration between the state and EFCC, the anti-graft agents, basically to go out there and sensitize. And most of the talk was actually done in the market, the Umuroji market, my own market, and they actually talked to the traders and sensitizing them, and the governor also did it himself. So it was quite good. And also the ICPC, in another angle, also doing their own sensitization. We had it kicked off at CFC Junction, Aba Road, and passed through the Fruit Garden Market, then down to still the Rumuwoji Market, then ending up at the Isaac Borough Park. So they went with civil society also, the NYSC, other youth bodies, especially the Rumola youth body. They all went there sensitizing the general public. Basically, that was it. And for the NOA boss, when he was talking, he actually talked about the successes recorded like the past week, where some conviction was actually done by this anti-graft organization. So they believe there are successes that have already been recorded in the fight against corruption, and still more needs to be done in the fight against corruption.
All right, Priya, thank you very much for that in detail there. But let me remind us that the phone lines are open. You can call us and tell us what you think about the both issues that we've raised thus far. 081700000951 and then 081095100951 are the numbers for you to call to be a part of this conversation. We'll take a very short commercial break. When we come back, we'll take your phone calls.
It's the time of the year. Come, let's chill together. Pop Chivita, make we jolly. All over Nigeria, anywhere you day. Share Chivita with your family and friends. Enjoy this Christmas. Let's celebrate with Chivita. Ooh, yeah.
Juice up the season with Chivita.
Seasons Bonanza. We wish to share in the good cheer of the season by offering amazing discounts on advert campaign on our signal, your premium talk, news and sports station. From the 5th of December to the 31st.
For every 3 slots you pay for, you get 2 free.
So hurry now and enjoy this best rates ever.
It all begins with breaking news.
Now, make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play on the currents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore.
As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today95.1 FM.
95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt. Every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio and be served.
Season's Bonanza. We wish to share in the good cheer of the season by offering amazing discounts on advert campaign on our signal, your premium talk, news and sports station. From the 5th of December to the 31st.
For every 3 slots you pay for, you get 2 free.
So hurry now and enjoy this best rates ever.
All right, welcome back. It's still your premium talk radio station, Today 95.1 FM. And yes, this is the platform. All right, we'll be opening up the phone lines to get your views on some of the issues we've raised. Remember, we started off with the situation concerning the portal opened by the federal government to give Nigerians access to see the amount of money is being spent by different ministries, parastatal agencies, name them. The portal will give you access to those information, how much has been spent, how much came in, and what the monies are used for. And then we also talked about the anti-corruption day and the participation of the River State governor in that process. So let's know what your thoughts are on all of these and tell us what you think and how you see them. Hello to the 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Yeah, this is
Go ahead.
Yes. It is just like a fornicating pastor can go to the pulpit and still preach about fornication because he has not been caught. My brother, embrace the anti-corruption war and talking about it pushing the rule of law to achieve it and all of that. My brother, have you seen where somebody who is corrupt in Nigeria will come out openly and say that, yes, I am corrupt, just as the law came to me. Therefore, I will not use the law to counter the law. But you see them use the same law to counter, they will never come out and say, yes, I am corrupt. But rather they will counter the law with the law by exhausting all legal means until at the end, the law will cut off with them. So that is the country we are. So anybody saying that I am not they let the rule of law be justified. I will give a support and all of that. It's not the problem. We are in a country where nobody will ever come out to say, I am corrupt.
All right.
Until the law will chase them and expose them, just like the one of
Thank you very much. In other words, I'm pretty. Would that mean you're supporting what the Anti-Corruption Day and what the movement is all about? Well, thank you very much, Pastor Zaya, for your contribution there. 08170000951 and 08109510951. Hello to the 95.1 FM. Good evening. Hello, good evening. You're welcome. Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Yes, my name is Imam.
Okay.
I'm calling from Bayetia University.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to. Hello?
Go ahead.
So I want to speak on the issue of anti-corruption law. You see, in line with the statement of Chief Barrister E.M.Wike, the executive governor of Rivers State, saying that it's in support of the anti-corruption law. Yes, I'm in support of his statement. You see, away from that, the National Orientation Agency, Terminal. So I totally disagree with his statement. That man, apart from this event that took place today, so Terminal wouldn't have come on air and campaigned against corruption in Rivers State. Apart from this event that took place today, that man is not responsible for his responsibilities. So he should try to be responsible for his responsibilities. Apart from this event that took place today, can't he come on air and campaign against corruption? What has he done in respect of corruption? You see, it's unfortunate. I disagree with the statement.
Okay.
I totally disagree with the statement.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Maman. Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you, Andrew.
You're welcome.
I'm Sally West. The problem of anti-corruption war, the people who are, carrying out the crusade, they're also guilty. So now, how can thief catch thief? Because when we want to talk about law, now you are the one trying to persecute me on the offense. Guilty also, so that one day the law will catch up with you. So that is the problem of the anti-corruption crusade. It will not work if we put people who are not corrupt, who don't have any accusation on the corruption on them to head these agencies. Then we'll be looking at how to fight the war, very, very credibly. But when we see the people who are to fight the war, they also have a corruption charge level against them. So who is going to persecute each other, knowing that one day it will be a turn. If you are trying to persecute me today, tomorrow it will be a turn. So let us put a credible people to man the agencies of anti-corruption, law, so that the war will be fight creditably. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello to the 95.1 FM. Good evening. Oh, sadly, we lost that call. You could do all the callers back. The lines are open. We'd like to hear from you. But let me also inform you that 4 people have been reportedly killed by yet to be identified armed men in a Chia local government area here in Rivers State. A source from the area told our correspondent that gunmen who were alleged to be members of a local vigilante group in Onelga stormed the Komoko and Egwi communities and killed 4 people, including one that was left injured. The councillor representing Egwi and Opiro in Echie Legislative Assembly, Moses Iroegbu, confirmed the incident to our correspondent and condemned the killing and also the harassment of innocent residents of that community. Iroegbu also expressed worries over the disappearance of one Goodluck Indioyema, who was said to have been taken. And he called on the local government chairman, the governor of the state, and commissioner of police to urgently investigate the incident and bring everyone that's linked to the ugly incident to book. Also speaking in an interview with our correspondent was the paramount ruler of Igbo Kingdom, Eze Samuel Amechi, who called on the youth to remain peaceful and allow chiefs and elders in collaboration with security agencies investigate the killings.
It happened. Some people said it's Ospac. Some people said it's autobus. They cannot really identify the people, and I have to come in person to advise the youths and the elders through my chiefs to make sure that two wrongs cannot make right. We should keep calm and maintain peace. Peace is priceless, and that's what we want. So that whatever is the cost, we can make sure in a legal way find out a solution. The person that has died has died. Whatever we do now cannot resurrect the past.
All right, so before we go into the discussion, let's take a listen to the narrative of someone that witnessed the incident from what you just heard. Does this sound like what a vigilante group could do? That's another question. So far, we haven't heard any vigilante group coming up to take responsibility for that. And we know that they are not empowered to kill anyone, and not to talk of killing and dumping their bodies in the manner that this particular incident has panned out. But it seems more like a cult attack if you look at it. Wouldn't it appear like maybe cult group disguised as vigilante groups and carried out the act in the fashion that they did? But then, what do you think about it? I would like to hear from you, your views on this particular issue at the moment. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good evening. Hello. Oh, sadly, we lost that call. The phone lines are very open. 081700000951. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, I'm Patrick from
Fortune?
Patrick from the calling from.
Okay, go ahead.
Concerning the I'm not I don't know. But I think the investigation should be made before putting on other attacks or any other groups so far. Because from what we have, we about 5 or 4 persons were killed or thereabouts. So if it's in the investigator and they say it's up, they will know what to do. Because sometimes they may not, this group said that they cannot just kill any person anyhow without much maybe investigation or whatever they said. So killing people in India now, I think that maybe it's people that are responsible or the movie they are looking for. That I'm not thinking about, because they all just come to enter where they are building there and they start shooting without being told about the people that are there, which are bad eggs. I think so. So they can't just come there and because from some few days ago, experts said that they don't use charms according to them, they use what they call for protection for themselves in case of any bullet that come on their way. So I'm sure that they don't just want to kill anything they want to kill. Like maybe somebody have given information about some that are bad there.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for airing your views there on the show. All right. Would like to know what you think about the situation in Ichi over the weekend. Remember, you could call us live in the studio using the number 0810-951-0951. There's also something else. Yeah, this one concerns the alleged serial killer, Gracious David West. Now, the River State government have opened their prosecution in the murder charge against the man, and 3 witnesses have been cross-examined before the State High Court here in Port Harcourt. The first witness, Chigbo Ebeke, who is the manager of a hotel in Oyigbo area, told the court that David West checked into the hotel room 313 as a military officer with a fake name, Kachi Tom Jonah. Ebeke said the suspected serial killer was later seen with a lady who was identified as Linda Samuel and was found dead. All right. The second witness, who gave his name as John Inyanga, who is a manager of a hotel within OGRA, also told the court that they discovered a dead lady and her neck, hands, and legs tied with white material inside the hotel room where Gracious David West booked and lodged. Also responding to cross-examination, Nyeche Sabinus, who is the manager of a hotel within D-Line, also said that David West went out and returned with a lady who was later found dead inside the room the next morning. Speaking to newsmen outside the court, the prosecution counsel, Chidieke, disclosed that the state government may not cross-examine all the witnesses based on the quality of evidence given so far.
We are come to open our case of the prosecution against Gracious David West, the serial killer that was arrested in connection with the killings of young ladies in hotel in Port Harcourt and outside Port Harcourt. Commenced our case today by calling 3 witnesses to show that we are ready to prosecute the matter to its logical conclusion. All our witnesses were in court. There's one that is also here, couldn't take the 4th one, but 3 witnesses brought today came and testified, and all of them are managers of various hotels. Those things, the incident took place, and they were equally cross-examined. So we are done with them. The matter has been adjourned again to the next date, which is the 11th of this month, for us to call further witnesses in the matter. What the law requires, not that we should call a community of witnesses, but to call relevant witnesses that can help us establish our case. So if I call 3 or 4 more witnesses, and I know that I proved all the elements of the offense of murder, in those instances, I'll end it at that point.
On his part, counsel to the accused, Vincent Chukwu, emphasized on the importance of thorough cross-examination of the witnesses.
The trial has commenced, and we've been able to take up to 3 witnesses of the prosecution. They have been taken and discharged. We are done with the 3 for now yet. The witness must be cross-examined. They have to further proof of the facts they have stated before the court. They must be thoroughly examined. Have to know the veracity of it, and that is why it is a court.
All right, Uchendu Ojowo was our correspondent on this one, and he reports that the trial judge, Justice Adolphus Anebeli, adjourned till the 11th of December 2019 for continuation of cross-examination of witnesses. Well, many have not been comfortable with the, role of the River State government in this particular issue. I mean, by taking over the matter, many have thought that it might slow down the process. But while you have those fears, there's been some gains also made. Some angles that we never saw in the particular issue have also been revealed. So at the end of the day, I think we just have to wait and wait for the whole process to run out in court and see what the court would say about the situation. But for you who's listening now, what do you see? How do you feel about this? And what's your stand on it? We would like to know really where you stand on this particular issue. Remember, the numbers are the same: 081700000951 or 0810951091. Remember, one of the hotel managers was also held to be part of the case because they said that a body that was found in the room was dumped, and they were wondering why it wasn't reported by the lady. So she's also been treated as a suspect. And all of those revelations were made recently, even though, like I said earlier, some of us are still not comfortable or happy with how it's been handled by the River State government or their involvement in the matter. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Province. Calling from Rumibo.
Okay, go on, Promise.
Okay. Actually, what happened in Eche? Really, I'm from Eche, and we heard what happened. Because the case that happened in Eche, we heard that it is suspect, and we don't really know if it is suspect that did exactly what we are hearing. But because they were bringing the people that died this morning inside the river, and the last one that they brought out, which is Okada man, and that one has sparked, bring many tension in the that's causing people that is running now, because you can't go to a chain now for what is happening now. That particular guy that is an Okada man, and they shot him. Because those people now, they came in the form of hot pack, start shooting sporadically. And hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead. Hello. Really sad. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome. Your name, please, and where you're calling from. Can you please turn down the volume of your radio set completely? Just turn it down. Thank you. Completely.
Yeah,
all right, go ahead.
I'm talking about this killer. I've been also convicted, and it's taking like too long for them to do that. So I was saying, like, if the case go on his favor, it's not gonna be really, really nice for anybody.
You're referring to the hotel, the serial killer in the hotel?
Yes.
Okay.
And he actually committed the crime. He said that he killed them.
The first time he pleaded guilty, but now he has pleaded not guilty. So, well, here we are.
So why does he dragging the case? He said it, he's done it, and now they are witnesses say, yes, he did it, and he came around the girl and this and that. So why are they keep on joining now? They push it to the 11th of this month.
Well, you are innocent until you're proven guilty by a court of law, regardless of however situation it is. And the man has pleaded not guilty to the matter. He said he's not guilty. Initially, he said he was guilty of 9 out of 10. Now he's saying he's guilty of none. So they would have to go on with the process. And then if after cross-examining every witness, the judgment is passed and he's found guilty, perhaps then he would face punishment.
But it can't be a timer and say he's guilty and now it's not guilty. But I feel like they're pushing this case too long. This could have been resolved a long time ago. And if this guy had to come out and say not guilty, it won't be so nice at all.
Okay, thank you very much. We'd have to wait for the court to decide on this particular one. There's nothing much we can do except to report the proceedings and follow the process. Thank you very much once again for your contribution. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
You're welcome. Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Mr. Webb.
Oh, go on, Mr. Webb. Calling from Port Harcourt, yeah?
Yeah, from Port Harcourt. You are too much. You are in the spirit, according to JAG.
Go ahead.
Yeah. About our governor here talking about supporting anti-corruption drive. Very serious. That's a very serious situation. What am I talking about? And also saying that everything should be done within the rule of law. I know the area the governor is driving at. First of all, the governor will be talking about an injunction in whatever agency in Nigeria from touching River State government officials. That is one. Two, the governor that for how many years now you can hardly. If I want to talk about the fact that you have not seen his budget. For me, if somebody else has seen, I have not. How many years? Are you with me, sir?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. That is the starting point of corruption fight by somebody in his position. You have nobody in your budget, which rightly should be. I mean, so that we can measure how the budget, the fiscal year in River State performed. But we did not. So where is the issue of somebody saying he's supporting? So for me, I think it's neither here. It's just a grandstanding, so to say. Grandstanding, just grandstanding, and I don't support that. I don't believe that he's actually supporting.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution there. Also, Wale Soyinka is in the news. Well, not him exactly, but there's doubt that the issue of Showore has continued to dominate this media space in the country. There is no doubt about it, rather. Showore's story took a new turn today with fresh claims by his counsel, Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria. Falana, who is counsel to the convener of the revolutionary movement, Omoyele Sowore, alleged that the federal government offered the activist a death warrant deal while in custody of the Department of State Services, DSS. And Falana disclosed that the Nigerian government reached out for the deal during Showore's first 45 days in detention. As Falana exposed the alleged overtures by the DSS, the Wale Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism also have postponed their presentation of a proposed integrity award to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo over his silence in the travails of Omoyele Sowore. Are they saying that his integrity is being tested? Perhaps that's why they're not finding him worthy of the award just yet. We wouldn't know. That would be for them to tell us. But the center said the postponement was decided on to align with the protest against the repression of freedom of speech in recent times, especially the incident between the Department of State Security and journalists. So Falana stated that the DSS reached out to him so as to convince Sowore when they could not persuade the presidential candidate of the AAC to take the deal he was offered, adding that the intelligence agency filed charges against Sowore when they could not convince him to take the deal. Sowore and his co-defendant Olawale Bakare were accused of treasonable felony, cyber stalking, and money laundering. What do we believe is now a big question. Why is there so much attention, sensation, drama, intrigue? A lot of things are going around. This is beginning to look like a Nollywood movie at the moment. But what is your take on Showore's issue now and these new revelations that we're getting? Hello to the 95.1 FM.
I greet everybody in the city.
Okay.
I'm Prince.
Go ahead, Prince.
Abuloma.
Go on.
Well, about the governor of the state joining the EFCC to, is it celebrate or do what, about the corruption fight or something? Okay. And somebody said he doesn't trust state government because.
Hello. 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 All right. Sadly, we lost that call. All right, but the lines are still very open. We'd like to know what your thoughts are. 08170000951 and 08109510951. Those are the numbers for you to call. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, you're welcome. What's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
Detective Walker calling from Obaka.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me start with the issue of killings in a chair. For me, the police, they are the most, they are better positioned to tell us what has happened. But for me, if I'm saying that it's a killing in this guy, like this court boy, maybe they have gotten wind or horseback or whatever, maybe entering a cave very soon, or they have entered. They decided to disguise themselves so that people begin to talk and begin to protest. Because in as much as I know, I'm from Memo of these people, the horseback, has really calmed down the activity of these bad boys. This was Road as a case study. It's now most of the communities that are no-go areas are not calm. So how come what we just do police to get properly and get to the root of it? I think there are more to what we are seeing. And they have mobilized people to start to protest so that they will continue to hold the people in captivity. No. Let them set up their own vigilante and to push out these miscreants in our society.
Okay, thank you.
People to come for December.
Thank you very much. Hello, Today 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Andy.
Yes, you're welcome.
Concerning the pressure of the request, from the judgment we had that he agreed that the North County we agreed that he did that one. But later on now, they have found that he just did that also. Did he agree that he accepted because of he was afraid, or some people are pushing him now?
Who is accepting because he's afraid?
The judge of the request.
He didn't say anything like of that nature.
He accepted the first time of the that he did first place. Then later on, he said no, there is no duty of any of these counties against him now. What we believe in now? Because from the concept now, we agree that a lady was also in prison because of where he committed for the crime. And the lady was charged to pay 500,000 for bail. Now, he is saying that those things is a bit of things that I'm saying that if this guy is being released now on this known segregation now, other people who are doing this now, which are not known now, can take it for advantage to do more because this guy is not being penalized. So I think this, and second, I don't even know who gave him a lawyer to back him up that he's not guilty.
But you're entitled to a lawyer by the Constitution. If you can't even provide one for yourself, the state would provide one for you. So, and the court would have to go through the process regardless of how you feel or think about the situation. But then the court, at the end of the day, would have to still try the man. If he's found guilty, then we can't say he committed those crimes.
Then why he accepted the first time that he was...
Well, now he says he's no longer guilty, so that's why we have to wait for the courts to do his job. But thank you very much, too.
Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution, but we can't take any more. Time is already out of our hands. The platform has been a production of our news department. It was put together by Victor Zeama. We'll do it again same time tomorrow. Until then, have a lovely evening. My name is Ifeemi Andrew.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to today's edition of Bits and Pieces on your premium talking news radio, Today 95.1 FM. I am Ifeemi Andrew. The police in Niger State have arrested a 27-year-old man identified as Muhammad Isa for allegedly shooting and killing his neighbor. Report said Mohammed carried out the act in Dogon Ruwa village of Boso local government area of the state using a Dane gun. Police investigation revealed that the incident followed after the victim, who was a cattle rearer, entered and caused mischief on the farm of the suspect. In the course of the mischief, Mohammed shot the victim, who was immediately rushed to a hospital where he was confirmed dead. And in Nasarawa State, a 56-year-old man identified as Dahiru Inusa is reported to have been arrested for allegedly chaining and dragging his daughter through the streets in Lafayette, the state capital. Father of 15 children, who was arrested by the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps at Bukan City area, said his action was an attempt to tame the victim, which he claimed had become wayward and refused education. The NSCDC commandant in the state, Muhammad Mahmoud Ferry, said the suspect would be charged to court for attempted murder, child abuse, and torture. And in Ogun State, the police have arrested the header identified as Mohammed Garba for allegedly killing a farmer. Reports said Shegun Akinlade was murdered in Imala community of Abeokuta North local government area. The incident followed after the herder reportedly got into a fight with the farmer who met him grazing his cows on his newly cleared farmland. During an argument, the suspect reportedly attacked the farmer with a cutlass after he was struck by a stone the farmer had fired from a catapult to scare him. And in Oyo State, a customary court is reported to have dissolved an 11-year-old marriage between one Kazim Amzat and his wife Adijat over sex starvation and adulterous lifestyle. Kazim, a private security guard, told the court that he was fed up with his wife because she regularly starved him of sex. He further said that his parents-in-law were in support of the divorce suit he filed because they were also frustrated by their daughter's attitude. The respondent, who consented to the dissolution, however, denied some of the allegations leveled against her, adding that her husband was irresponsible. The president of the court, Ademola Adunade, told the court that it had done everything possible to settle the problem between Kazim and Adijat, all to no avail. He subsequently pronounced the marriage dissolved in the interest of peaceful living. And a 19-year-old boy identified as Oji Fayanchuku has been arrested by the police in Lagos for allegedly setting his 24-year-old girlfriend ablaze. Report said 19-year-old Oji carried out the act on his 24-year-old girlfriend, Alabi Tolani, after he suspected that she had another lover. The incident reportedly took place at G54 Army Post Service Housing Estate, Ojo area of the state, where they both lived in Oji's apartment. Investigation revealed that Oji met the victim through a hookup and she moved into his house on the condition that she would stick to him alone. The 19-year-old, who is said to be into internet fraud for the past 3 years, was said to have confessed to the crime, which he claimed was out of jealousy. And a 21-year-old is reported to have been arrested for allegedly beheading a woman before eating her brain with rice. Lloyd Bangtong reportedly carried out the act on the unidentified victim because he was hungry. Reports said Bangtong was arrested on the island of Mindanao after the victim's corpse was found naked in the Misamis Oriental province of northern Mindanao with her head cut off and both hands tied. Upon arrest, Bangtong told police that he was drunk and hungry and became irritated when the women spoke to him in English, which he didn't understand. Authorities believe the suspect killed and decapitated the victim at the scene using a large machete before he then used a piece of cloth to carry the head back to his home. During police search at his home, the victim's skull was recovered along with a piece of bloody cloth, which was believed to have been used in wrapping the head. And that concludes today's edition of Bits and Pieces, as produced by Sasungu Stella of the News Department. Until tomorrow, have a lovely evening and don't touch your dial. My name is Efemi Andrew.
Seasons Bonanza. We wish to share in the good cheer of the season by offering amazing discounts on advert campaign on our signal, your premium talk, news and sports station. From the 5th of December to the 31st.
For every 3 slots you pay for, you get 2 free.
So hurry now and enjoy this best rates ever.
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh yeah, Oga Madam.
Marry your radio.
Time now reach for waiting they happen on top today 95.1 FM. What God has joined together, let no finger put us on now.
Sai, dawo. Eyele kammi.
Oda uma.
Avare, irioko. Akauke nang. Where you go?
Abeg.
Do. A diversion. Make we enter Today FM 95.1. And now waiting they happen. Nang they happen for Parakard. Mba, cause no be.
Hey, oh yeah, Oga Madam.
Marry your radio.
Time now reach for waiting they happen on top today 95.1 FM. What God has joined together, let no finger put us on now.
Never say anything.
Yeah, just wait.
My Christmas don't reach you.
See, you only you know where that. You see, I don't know whether this in the you, eh? You don't say no, laugh me now. I don't know whether this is, but I don't say once in a while.
You don't define how you take back money now. Not define.
If you get kill me, I go take back money. You know, say I don't get shame when you there. I go beg you. See, you don't say
when you want beg, now you go come carry this your why you laugh. Come on this thing. Mbabeka here now. Waiting for the thing what they do.
But you know, see as you there, so I don't know whether this in the you, but even if it's not majority, but they do me. When we say as we just enter December, we get this A and this smell. Back on the perceive say Christmas. You know you perceive fan now. I hear them.
You perceive Christmas. Useless.
You know say I want you now. You know what they think they watch your radio wife they take.
They talk rubbish. What do I want to listen to you for? He say they do you a Christmas.
You know they perceive.
A perceive.
You know they hear this
Christmas. Now get out of there. Okay, wait. Okay, what you know they perceive? What you know they perceive? Now the first question
no
is that what are you perceiving?
No,
I think you the perceive Christmas. It's a light not off. Light wait the light.
Or you don't say I don't say
your light off.
Here's never go see my elder sister after a church service. You know what I come to imagine? You know say hunger will make you go begin to think about something. We say at that point no fear. Okay. I begin imagine say, hey, wow, I can't tell now. I cannot feel help the imagination. Now say sis, you know say the way this Christmas period they do me now. You just imagine say no school fried rice, chicken, salad, go and get one bottle of wine. No shit like that. Now long throat can kill me.
You hunger like this, hunger. Now the same way my wife do yesterday.
Before I know, I go to, you know what she do? That she don't have me finish. Then she go back, go tell your husband say you want chop see.
So now the same long throat they do tough now.
I don't see the husband. He just come up for us. Come back. But approve for her. That's a property happens in my wife.
No job.
He say what job? He says so you are not hungry. And he say now when I tell him about
fried rice. They come bring out the sear in her.
She just come inside and say I beg. Buy me your man just your wife do the same thing.
Now yesterday that we carry.
It is well.
After the program, we go airport, go drop us. So as we drop the man, we can't do the way to make the man check in. I stand with my wife, my son, there with a nan.
Oh, that post! I see that post on Facebook.
Person asked my wife, "Are you traveling?" My wife say yes.
Is it right? But honey, no face. You don't say I will ask you. Do they say how far now? Because I see. I like the post. I see when I see you today, I can see ticketing. I say, what thing happened to my man?
He said, are you traveling? She said, yes. Now don't look at me again.
Nothing your wife.
They travel. He said that we are going for vacation. Look my wife. Look.
The man don't go that time.
Look. The man said, wow, that's lovely. That's like, I know you married a great man. That's lovely. The man come out. Now come and smile. Come on.
Baby,
with the travel. Say no, say just tell the man the thing make this man make the thing they move on, they go. I say, chai. So as we enter here now, so travel don't hungry you.
Honey, that's see, you know say this thing, they say faith by faith. God they look at our faith. You know say we gonna carry yoke, they do this thing. But God gives our faith work.
No, even as I post the picture, I go there vacation on my mind.
Honey, not the only shit. I said, what? You never took it. I told my sister, I said, let's talking to one travel.
Now I tell her.
She said, thank God.
I go there, I go reply him now. Your money on your mind too.
I see that. See, I read the comment. I said,
vacation today your mind.
Tell me. I said, thank God.
Now person wear Scott. My wife go change up.
I want you to sow a seed into that.
No. My brother, sister, my seed don't finish. My seed don't finish.
But honey, you see what your wife will do. It's a spiritual mandate. She don't activate. No place something to spoil this.
Just Moko go do this. I'm
turning my face to my
I go sign out to go.
Sign in. More the room.
Sign out to go. Which guy have vacation?
You don't go travel.
Through where?
We come decision now say, okay, now when you just want to go out of this country,
to go for
forget about it. You say you just want to go, see Canada, see come back. It's not a bad thing.
No problem.
You not take it.
They don't close border. No, we will go.
We go trade yum the border. I mean, forget about it. See Christmas, they make person feel.
No, but now true, Shad. I said now this morning, Shad, when I've been drive go somewhere. So as I pass. Now come my glass they down. Come they hear Christmas song. So as I park for the place, come they hear Christmas song. I can't ask the young guy where they there. I said, a Christmas song be this way. He said, brother, so we see him more. I say, I go answer like that now. He said, nah, so.
You not go blame that.
I can't tell her, say, I thought if you never prepare your mind, prepare. They know they cancel them more.
Honestly, you know why I laugh? You know why this thing when you talk now make me laugh? What if that man, he never buy Christmas song?
I don't look up.
And January, now you have some weeks to come.
I don't look at the way I don't look at the way we be. Nothing don't happen. That's why I ask him the question. Say, my Christmas song be this. I never even talk to him. He said, brother, so we see him. Now, me call the advisor. Say if you never ready, make it ready. They don't cancel them.
He say you don't come, he say you don't come.
Who go do more? Nobody shift.
See, this is where they tell you, only say we never see the people, but then they insist. In case of people this Christmas, they pay for body.
You go there shocked now.
They face.
24, they will carry placards there for road. Postpone Christmas or we'll die here. Shift this Christmas or we go nowhere. Tomorrow we not come.
You know what your man dog say? Christmas now for small children.
Nah, money no, they don't get money. If you get money, Christmas for everybody.
Right now, as I talk to you, people on the celebration.
Yes, now. They don't buy. They don't buy. Now, which they will there for Instagram? They watch our people in the US. They buy drink. They say that they are end of family get together.
You see,
family. Don't they do?
No, what they think me,
that's why those people. Hey God, if you say groove,
now so.
They don't. That's the whole year. Then they come together, all the family, extended family, everybody with it there. Nigerians for their neighborhood there do party for themselves in a Christmas party.
Now so they think be.
So because they believe say by towards this end and Christmas and others people feel they travel. So they decide to do them that first week of Christmas.
Only forget
I said this money.
Money we must get it in Jesus' name.
Money.
Leave it.
Oh,
honey. 2020. You see that when you write.
Hey!
You see, you get what when you write before as they write that post,
Oh God.
When you say 2020, go there, you get one word where you use it.
Yes.
You see that word?
Yes.
Now what will you say? It go come to pass.
Oh God.
Honey,
I'm coming.
All of us the say make this year pass. 2020 will go enjoy and way.
Let me look for that song so that I will tell you what we say in 2020.
No play money, no play Oriental Brothers.
The song to carry enter 2020. You are the tree of life. Now, who they sing now?
Nah, this man, is Samsung.
Phone owner.
Now the main one now.
Okay.
That nobody song makes sense.
I just in a Skype.
Where's Skype? You don't cause for this moment now. With this only wine now. Why you they do like this? See, when they enter spiritual something, you don't come like this guy. But why you in your life they like this?
Hey, Jesus. Don't
spoil the moment.
Just Skype in the 20s.
You don't spoil them. You just be like say that. Honey, no be say but this see. I go to play some song, you can't talk about Skype. Like when they drink champagne, come carry tombo, mix up. But see Skype, in do well, in the try. You understand? That song now, maybe that song being spread way.
Now dead and alive artists.
He's in there alive. But when they explain now, make you show face, make all of us see. I'm coughing me at the
in the go come out.
Where it go come out now? Honey, I think by the grace of God, by next year we go rule that the show go hold.
Why?
My wife is a yoke. Go invite them.
No, instead of more comes to the show. Which kind of Skype be that?
This guy come in your show. As he just the enter. People go to mad. People go shout Skyway. You know they understand. Skyway. You go sing Mom Baby. Only that song they sweet.
If that's the case.
Yes.
If that's the case. You and I go do the show.
Honey, I am just coming to do comedy.
No, you and I go do. No, you and I go do. You and I go do. I go back on her up.
Honey, this is way they do. It's not. You know,
Sky will be that one. If that I go carry Bisky.
Bisky. Or carry in Caribbean.
That one they pay money.
She knows that she insult Nigerians.
No, but
they pay them 6 point how many billion naira. She come they insult Nigerians. Say we are if the world Nigerians. You know what I mean now?
She knows a bit. No, the kind of song they like here.
You know no this Igbo song 9 days sweet.
Quack. Never here. We jump. Those guys would like. Look, we listen to mama. Never listen to mama. Chai. Yes, na mama be this. Is mama here can you? Everybody na so. Yeah. Is na road to tie Jibia.
This woman. She must make it.
Mama will lead praise for heaven. Actually a problem. Mama.
Go lead praise
for heaven. Mama did here now. No, we don't carry.
Leave him.
Moko no enter this plenty G's again. Mo go take
what of 3G?
For heaven. Na lie. No, 30.
30G, no, come heaven.
30 go carry some things enter now.
If we come for we smoke.
They go use for heaven, go carry and come in. It no go make sense. Go no matter say they serve am, such am, no go feed, no such am finish. Terry, you can't search Terry and finish. You can't search him finish. He must make sure say one full and cross.
You know me, I'm
but if he carry the seed of Igbo, he go come here, go plant and the thing go germinate. Heaven not scatter with that. Which leaf is that?
Which leaf they crow? You say I don't know. Even me are shocked. You go say okay, let us watch the leaf.
No.
I am that I am. I give and I make alive and I kill. Let us observe the leaf. 2 weeks later, you say the leaf don't grow away.
They'll come they watch you. People they pluck up.
They'll
come wake up for money.
Say go and cook manna.
They'll come call Angel.
Let us eat.
Angel Gabriel. Who is that boy with that? That
used to plug this every morning and evening. They plug
every time this guy come and plug this.
And he used to cook manna. That manna we cook for even the job now. In the mix and inside.
Is that the Geo from Nigeria?
The when they call him say, free me! Free me! Listen, dog go talk. Say, I think you get set a number. Go and say get special case.
We set on.
Go and say hey fire day. Go and say hey fire day.
We'll get person for you.
Special case.
We'll get person for you. We go handle. I beg. Say who be that? Say Terry. Say I bet money keep on more. That's how you.
One person beat me.
I don't want person when I go contest election.
I go that Jesus.
When we carry bear knock my head. And because one time you know agree drop the bear. You go say I use this bear.
Or you know, give me pickle. You're a wicked man. I think
pickle when you never tell people about topic.
If I talk here, like when you see you room
nowhere.
Some Fridays ago, you don't go good for you.
Nowhere. Say make I call my pickle. Which call? Who's calling you?
Why you dey?
Never give
what
topic.
What is telling you?
But will you separate Terry from his from his bed? You can't do that.
Wait that man.
Terry.
You know, the last time I said on Instagram, person said do post about and they say you don't manufacture your own pure water. Wait
they say they want kill like Terry don't go.
They carry the water they drink. Now you person say now pure water business now. Now you say leave locked up, come and patronize.
No, Coco Vaco they don't carry and go. Hello.
Say.
Apostle.
No me Osisi can go. Osisi mommy.
Babari.
He don't come and I see you.
Pap. Get me.
Now that you're calling, what are you calling?
In like all these guys, Sikajis,
okay, join the conversation.
Which conversation? We tell you the conversation.
I don't tell you.
You don't say to Regina, my younger brother.
No wonder your life day like this. No wonder they do off and on.
Off and on.
Off and on.
Yes.
Off and on.
I can't do off and on. I am stable.
No, not lie. You are stable.
Yes.
We are here. Come on, get out of here, man.
Even I don't go church. He
smoke. He say,
"What is I'm good at smoke?"
He say, "I'm table."
He say, "I'm table." I think I'm good on the smoke.
I will leave it table.
What is it? Smoke.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Now be that.
Now that be this.
Now that be that.
Naim.
No be that. Now too much money.
Talking through. How are you?
I'm fine.
Too much money now.
Yeah, it's me now.
Too much money.
Too much money. You know, the whole house rent.
Welcome.
Yes, Begu.
None of sickness.
But Moko see later.
Number one.
Moko see later. Yeah, too much money. That guy. Yeah, name me go answer.
Belube only I would what person they call me that kind name now.
No be what you understand. I go answer. I don't know what you mean when they didn't call you. What did you call you?
Belube. No be name of sickness.
Take
like
that.
Luna Belu.
Take him like that now. Okay, but Nigerian army don't come explain. Say make civilians. May they no make. May they no make.
See this my phone I buy for you. You don't they use
may they no make. Give that to this phone thing.
I want to tell you what I rough you now.
May they no make or receive telephone calls while approaching a checkpoint for security reasons. You understand? And the person who talked that one, now the chief of civil military affairs.
Okay.
And talk that one. So they said they're not going to allow telephone call and all those things. Say this Christmas now, plenty checkpoints go day road and all those things. So they say make people no make. And the Nigerians were they fond of so many things we say we're not supposed to do. So apart from telephone, which other thing where you feel say or where say people they always do when then they approach checkpoints where they're not supposed
do when they approach checkpoints?
Because as like sometimes you go see person. You go drive reach checkpoint, you don't go wind it down in glass. You go still leave your glass wind up.
And they go to make you wind down,
Now the policeman will come tell you make you wind down. Or two, you dey play music, maybe the music loud. You go reach checkpoint, go off your music. Or inner lights for night. Sometimes you go reach checkpoint, go on your inner light. Or you go come, they say make you open your boot. You go sit down inside motor, they open boot for officer.
To go open them by himself.
So you understand all those things. So what you feel say people they do for checkpoints where we say,
honey, like the one where I know say it be no good now. Stem this phone call.
Phone call, okay.
You know, say just I don't know whether I hear that mattress. Just go. You get one woman where they drive, they make call with one hand. You go keep person picking for road.
For road, okay.
Just you get one cross road because they look what's in the road. In the drive, they make call with one hand. You carry one hand.
Oh, for carry one hand.
You know, mattress big.
Carry one, no, okay.
Before you don't take the picking.
Person.
And she gonna talk say she know if you know.
She know no person they cross.
Yes, that is why they make call.
And at the same time too, another thing too, maybe if you dey drive receive call, like most times if people call me, no matter how urgent or if I see a person will be say I no fit leave the phone to ring, what I do, I go pick and put on for speaker. I tell you say I dey drive, make I call you when I
exactly
down.
like that the way you see me where I dey drive, when person call me, I think I tell you make you pick the call where we dey. You understand?
Yes. 0817. 08. I get weak love. 08.
Yeah.
Weak love.
Yeah, weak love for I. So they don't say that they lie.
Is it?
You never see me drive.
No, weak love. I never see you clear again inside studio here now. Which color of cloth you wear?
See, the way
this your color now black.
I
see black and I see white. I know see clear.
So this lie, what? If you say I lie now, then come give you weak love for eye.
Don't blind my eye. It's a blinded eye.
So you don't pay your score for me up. Say, my radio wife, I see you the drive.
With you. This is us blood.
You know.
Now we blood.
The ox brown.
Now their blood. Don't be us blood. It's their blood.
You see the way they disgrace me. This you know good way they room you. And can't you just cover me?
My eye is not.
You pick call. You don't be say pick call when I
help me call this number, please. Give them the number. I can't see again.
You like what I lie, don't blind me.
I know they see the number.
050.
Now Mozambique. Mozambique phone number. Come give me that thing. You see, now so that person may call. That person may call your number. It's 050.
Now your account number. You don't call.
Now phone number. It's not Access Diamond.
Now account number. I don't call.
So what should I use that? What should I use that service? GTV.
I'm not saying. I guess some people don't know their phone number, but they know their account number.
No, it's a play.
It is well.
So, can I send the account number? I said, okay. He said, let me call it for you now. Let me call it. I wait. He said, you know what? Okay. 0817 0000 and 0810 9510 951. Okay, I'm going to say for like how you see what in be this thing action what people they do for checkpoint. Hello, where
you know makes sense.
Good evening.
Pastor, good evening.
Evening, sir.
Daniel from Igrita, they call.
All right, Daniel, welcome.
Not at times that phone call they cost many things.
Okay.
But the one where they call to pass, so just even allow you for the phone call. The one where they really even put person go shit better shit na when you reach certain point, maybe you drink one regulation water or maybe lacatara or you.
Hey, control one for checkpoint.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that one go make you shit.
You go clear the bush.
But not true, Jace.
Not true.
They do that thing anyway.
Not true. All right, Daddy.
You think go even affect all the passengers with inside motor?
Jace.
Yeah, it's not true.
You go drop
Not
everybody down.
Not true. All right, thank you. Okay,
Thank
another
you.
one to want to know.
Yes.
Now, that's the way that they arrange all those this drum. If you come mistakenly jam one
They
of
will
the
say it
drum
come
too,
down.
that one is very serious
It's
offense.
bad.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, evening.
Good evening.
Dayo, madam, don't
Hey,
come.
that fine woman.
The man one.
Yes. Hey, good evening. Too much, daughter. Welcome, man.
The member of Today FM.
Today FM.
I think Today FM.
Is so now today FM you don't the cousins.
The man, what I want to ask you, I saw quite a true or from Benin.
Even me, I don't even know where I come from. Even we are there confused.
Talking to
It's sucking.
why on Sunday you're always being holy on Sunday, but other days you begin to play Amala song. Why? All community songs.
Madam, put mouth for the matter day for ground. Time no day.
In time don't they go?
Okay, for the matter, for that phone call. It's not good when somebody driving making call.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, when they put your seat belts. Your seat belts now.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's costing how many people checkpoints they use it against somebody,
Okay.
something to collect.
Yes, so
very bad. To be setting your seat belt very well to avoid. You know me.
Okay.
You know me. So that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Ben.
All right. Thank you,
Tomato, just onions.
Thank you.
Carry me cook stew.
Hello.
Pastor. I want to invite this too much money.
Okay.
No follow the name of.
That woman
no follow the name of.
The whole house rent.
I'm going to go ask, go eat Christmas rice.
You never go eat Christmas rice.
In the farm.
I want to go, you get too much money.
For where?
You see that phone call? Throwing off anything, such as bottle of water, anything. And if you mistakenly jam this thing, my brother, you don't talk, you go hear out.
Okay. All right. Thank
God bless you.
Okay. 0817 000091 or 0810 9510 951. Hello. Good evening.
Pastor.
Member.
Okay, Jemba.
I got you.
I tell you.
Udemko.
Yes, good evening. No bago.
Adori.
Irioko, welcome.
Udemko.
Welcome nang.
Pastor. Ano Bronco.
Ano Bronco. Welcome.
Bronco.
You see this matter? Oh man, don't use put us for trouble. They got bunny mouth.
Okay. What's happen?
Woman carry chicken. As driver they go self they go. You carry in the receive call. Everybody they shout for her. Drop call they reach checkpoint. Drop call they reach checkpoint. You say now the husband they call out.
Okay now.
So you don't know. Driver don't drive motor reach there. Now they just bring everybody down now. Collect the phone from her. You got the whole young boys who can't stand for road.
Yeah, so.
Not the small frog jump because of one woman.
Seriously?
Jace, that thing they happen.
But why they go come punish all of now? Why they no punish the person, the offender of the offense?
Now breastfeeding mother.
Okay, so I know they breastfeed.
Yeah, that one they adult feed now.
Now we can't take the
Oh, that's good.
They feed the phone until you go the burial, they come back.
Now they come pick us, leave out the phone back. But before we reach the area, we don't do frog job. The young boys, we don't do frog job.
And no Congress trying to cry for person
Wow, so now very serious offense. So
it's very bad.
Carry phone for ear, go reach that place.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Thankful.
Okay, hello. Okay, we don't lose that one. Okay, you know, like the way we say, I don't want to take it talk stuff. You say they don't come do for rock jump.
See that in there among na him be the main person we do that from you.
Yeah, and if you be say na him they make the call.
Na him they make the call. Yeah, you don't come call person, mama. We know if you do anything.
We got breastfeeding more that take get food. Hello.
I want to knock you apako.
Teriji cousin.
Ekweji.
Now really see music. That guy needed deliverance. Now Bonky we don't die. I'm supposed to deliver that guy.
So how got they do am now?
That means the case don't close. They don't close the fight.
I hold that guy. I greet you, Pastor, and
welcome, sir.
God bless you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Now Christmas period, now they remember those things. What about Salah time? When they go to do Salah, they don't go bring all those things to work, you know. Or when Christmas don't they reach, they go remember say when you reach checkpoint, you know you make phone.
You know go make phone call.
But Salah they come out, all those things no go be invoked, you know. I'm not saying it's not a laudable idea, it is, but it should be applicable to all religion.
You understand what in the talk, Abi?
Yes. And if Muslims are celebrating the same information, you come on board. Yes. And if Christians are celebrating the same, that phone call in the checking point, it's not meant for Christians alone, you know. Yeah, what I say. So it should be for all ramification, what I say. Let me travel to Amsterdam.
I don't know what come up. This one. What is this one chop? You understand? You understand what we talk now?
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Not behave like the last caller.
We don't behave like that man awake.
Yeah?
Odemelaski.
You understand what
you mean? I tell you. You hear what I talk?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Quiet there. What will be your name?
My name is Denko. Chief Denko. Chief Denko, yeah.
Wanna leave me this evening, no?
I have to talk more here.
Waiting there, like the time my driver was, the time I was, when I was in Nigeria.
That is shock me. My phone fall from my hand.
Say when I was in Nigeria then. Where you did
From drive, I don't say then Nigeria that time.
Where you did now?
Hello? I'm in AC Milan now.
Eh?
You there? I'm in AC Milan.
So my driver approached to Army checking point without knowing that he's there. So
this guy didn't lie. This guy didn't lie.
We lost him.
This one
Hello?
Leave me
sir?
Say.
And the objective, what happened from Obakre?
Good evening.
Welcome. Obakre people, they call radio.
The China man go do something. China man go do something.
I'm surprised.
My chest too.
I'm perplexed. Welcome.
Thank you. Me, I don't.
Yo, nothing between you to do.
For Eagle Island.
Okay.
Actually, it escaped my memory.
It escaped your memory?
My brain, they forget, say, then put to that kind, say, then they use the whole people. As I reach there, the military man bring me down. I come to and say, see, I go in the port. I get an exam to write. I forget. He said, no, make her no worry. He carry me go electric pole. Make her push and move. Make her make sure start teacher.
You understand this way you talk now?
I come down, look, how possible can a woman be push electric pole?
And move.
I don't
no say no offense, but you was actually fine. I started with I told you actually, say I know, but I forget. But waiting I know, but waiting I want, is it constitutional? If somebody flog me now as a military man, you dream me fast, can't I sue you? Is it a constitution, a criminal offense?
Okay.
Because of this is where you see us where Pastor talking about just the lap, if somebody takes up the military, they can go in for it. But I'm making a call. The constitution of Nigeria does not see that thing as an offense unless the military get their own constitution. I then they can explain to us.
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
For this level we did now, there are some things that are not constitutional, but there are rules and regulations, Abi.
Yes.
Just like as you did as a family man, you get some things when the Nigerian constitution will be abomination for our family. True or false?
True.
Sue your family.
Jace, shoot them. Shoot them.
But if I sue them, why they say it is not constitutional? I can also win them.
That's what we are saying. We are saying the
same
thing.
With
we there your side. Say you can sue. After suing,
Jace.
Sir.
Yeah.
After suing, just add so that it can be now sue.
Jace. I tell you.
You know they're good, but if make them put up for constitution, if not, people like us will go use military chop.
Okay, no problem. Keep chopping. Continue to chop.
Deal with them.
This thing go use military chop. Fight the rush, kill you there. You get luck.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Jare.
That Osi Kankura asked about today is my own man, no. Even Mama G and Ayo acting papa, all of them.
Ayo acting papa.
Yes. We are one family. We are one family. So, you know what you're talking about. How you get me? You know what you're talking about, man. So, Osi Kankura is my man. Mama G, Ayo acting papa.
Ayo acting. Daddy, they don't change your name.
Nah, your man.
You say na your person, boy. No,
nah, your man.
Ayo acting papa.
Man.
Na yap na.
Okay, wait, the day they know the call.
You they call me. God, they shift the call. Till Wednesday.
God divert.
When you there on town, me. But person mama go yours day like this. In children go say, no, my mama they make this call. You can say no, that's not my mother.
No, you know say this issue get us a big. You understand? You get us a big. It get since 2015 till today. Nigeria has not remained the same.
It has not remained the same.
So anyhow you see anybody now,
it has not remained the same.
Just take the person like that.
The way you see him.
You understand?
Yes.
Now, like for my compound. You understand? Person where they marry for my compound. So as I finish wedding, when I do, I come drive, go reach there. As I reach there, I shake the man. I shake him, he shake me. I tell him congratulations.
Oh jeez.
So his wife, greet his wife too. His wife come ask him. I can't ask the man, do you know me? He said no. His wife come tell us, say, he's our neighbor.
Our neighborship now.
So people with it, come the shock say, you know,
you know if.
So I tell the man say, it happen. Even yesterday for France, they said it happened. One neighbor no remember, no recognize the neighbor. For your wedding.
The wife will come the shame say, which kind of husband be this?
Now that's the top for the wedding. Everywhere scattered. I say it happen no. Say even for France last week, he say it happened yesterday. One guy, the wedding will go to the guy, the neighbor. The man don't remember, no recognize the neighbor. So I say no problem. The guy said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He did for yesterday. I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "No worry, it's okay." I dropped my phone.
We're going to help you.
What did I do wrong, Nana?
See, you don't let that man go for the lead parents. You need to go that church.
But what did I do wrong?
It's a comedy that don't make you. You know.
Wait, what did
your life now?
What have I do wrong?
They don't come. Okay. You don't carry this nonsense English. You come make it away.
This time not even finish. Since now 52 day.
Mr. You start look time for my phone. Now,
now 49. Come on here. Hello, you're not even 49.
Hello.
Okay, I even fast pass you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, daddy, you.
The passport.
Talk him now.
Daddy,
good evening, sir.
Good evening. God bless you all in Jesus' name.
Amen, Iron Man.
Yeah, daddy, don't tell him now.
No, go tell him it. No, go tell him that kind of story.
Daddy, don't change your name.
In the here now.
Okay,
Daddy, you listen since Nabi?
Prince T and Princess T, how are they?
They are fine, sir.
Daddy, they're fine.
You say what you have?
Person don't change your name.
Jesus.
My name?
Jace.
You know here that one woman.
Daddy, you know be small thing.
He say you be Iron acting papa.
He say you know you way. So you be personal person.
Say you be personal person. You be Iron acting papa. That is Iron acting papa. That is IAP.
Yep.
Iron.
I don't know for the girl. Maybe I don't know where I see you with Iron. No, that can get. I will cut him. I shouldn't talk like that. We'll cut her one hand.
Carry weighing machine come. Go wait and come out. Say.
What? Anyway, Iron the sharpening iron. I be the thing.
That is so. The name no fix you.
I not the Iron acting no.
Now Roya we know.
Now Roya acting papa we know.
Roya we know. He talking like 5 times.
Jesus.
Una for tell am say the royal acting papa.
We tell am, but she no see the year. He say na Iron.